We're back, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Check in, let us know where you are watching from. We've started with another program today to start this important channel going and have these discussions. They might not be easy, but they are very, very important. And we don't know it all. We don't live out of vacuum. Some of us are also trying to basically, deal with some of these things. So we start with our first question, right? Which is the state of affairs of the African males. Have we been bastardized? So, bastardization meaning reduction of something of greater condition or greater stature to something of a lesser being. The question is, have we been reduced from our best self to a lower state, or have we always been that way? Or is a combination of a bunch of stuff? Were we this before slavery, or have we become a part of slavery, or are we just making excuses? So these are the questions that I'm going to pose to the panel to see how we can chop this thing down. So what do you guys think? Is the African male, is it living to his maximum potential, or what do you think he can do better? Now, some people say, Tony, you didn't say about the African sisters. Our part of the world, the people that are really creating the problems, I think, are the men. Um, you know, so sometimes if you have a virus, don't go treat the bacteria, man. You gotta deal with the virus. So there's no reason blaming the sisters for this. Our part of the world, we know. So what do you guys think?
Ladies first.
I know, guys, first. This is a little bit.
I want,
Eric always
I'm
says
passing
ladies
it
first.
on. I'm
th-
passing it on. You guys first.
But okay, so
this one we're trying to see if the sister will say the men are bastardized.
You don't want to hear me go first. Trust me.
no, but to start us off, like I don't know, these kind of questions are weird. 'Cause weird. I don't look myself as I look individual. You know what I'm saying? I don't look myself as a group. You know what I mean? I can't really control what a group does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So, like these kind of things, I don't think it reflects on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm African, so like I think it's kind of like I don't know, like it doesn't fit. One shoe doesn't fit all. If that makes any sense. Uh,
Okay, well, what do you think compared to the general public? What do you think?
what do you mean general public? Okay, like are you saying compared to
Yeah,
other?
what public are we talking about? Are we talking about other races?
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
we
that's why.
talking about because
No,
I mean I think I agree with what Julian is saying. I know who I am. You know,
correct.
I
Yeah,
know who my people are. I know where I came from. So I don't reduce myself to any lower level.
yeah. I'm not a
It
slave.
doesn't
Okay.
Go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
it doesn't really matter um, what the skin of my the color of my skin. I
Mm-hmm.
do know who I am. I do know what I stand for.
Hmm.
Now, when this is kind of a general type question, I can't speak the same for other Africans. And are we talking about African descent, or are we talking about just people in the African continent? Are we including
Kwekumienu.
African Americans,
Kwekumienu.
Yeah, well, I think Tony said African males, right? So he's talking about those on the
African
continent.
males? Okay,
Yeah.
just the ones in the continent. So at the end of the day, I can't speak for everybody. You know, they are who they are. I mean, you just came back from home. You saw a lot of stuff that were going on. All right. Now, is this something that sat well with you while you were there, or is this something that you think is just normal with a lot of African males? I know what, like I said, I know who I am. I know what I stand for. So I don't reduce myself to that kind of standard. I hold myself in a very high regard. You know,
Mm.
I look at myself the same way.
Great points.
You know, I rate myself the same way that a white man will rate himself at my age. So I don't look at things in that regard. To be honest with you.
All right. Let me take it, and then maybe it might give you guys some context of where I was trying to take this question. Um, when when you look at other groups, okay, I can say this: the African male is not competitive. Even when he competes at the wrong things for the wrong reason. For example, if we even go into politics, the way we compete in politics is winner takes all, right? So here, you know that if a politician comes to power and there's a road construction, he's not going to say the previous, former opponent was doing a road construction, so forget it, right? He continues the process because he understands that they may have difference of opinion on certain things, but the right thing is to continue the process. So I'm saying, so the way I'm looking at this question is that
But but
we,
but
go
Tony,
ahead.
before you finish that, that's a system. Okay,
Correct.
that is a system of African countries.
Correct.
So when we go into that system, you find yourself doing the same thing. If we have a constitution that states that no matter what the situation is, if this is what we're doing for our country, this is what we're doing for the country. It has nothing to do with individuals.
But individuals make the system. Individuals collectively, so that's for African males. These countries are run primarily by African males. The politics, the legislator write these laws, as Gracia and all those things.
But
They all co-sign this thing. So when you have good people, they write good systems. When you have crooks, they write systems that they can manipulate without checking balances.
but
I
Tony,
So
don't think
you,
I don't think the system is there to begin with.
no,
It's not in place to
but
begin with.
but
So
go ahead, Julian.
go, Julian.
this is the thing. Okay, just because politics are crooked does not equal the whole community. You know what I'm saying? Like, like just because, like, for example, because your dad is a murderer doesn't make you a murderer. You know what I mean? So like this whole thing of like putting like okay, saying the whole African country is like bastardized because the government is sucks. You know what I'm saying? Or not, or you disapprove of how they act, or whatever, or they're corrupt. Doesn't mean that the whole community is like that, or even half the community is like that. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
question for you, Julian.
Yeah.
Do you think the average guy,
Uh
okay,
huh.
the average guy on the street in Ghana,
Uh huh.
mentality wise,
Uh huh.
okay, is different from his politician, his behavior? Do you think, because the reason I say that is that I've never
Yeah.
gone to anywhere in Ghana
Uh huh.
that I didn't have to pay bribe. Anywhere, even when it's not the
Okay.
MP there,
So
right?
my thing is like, who are you paying bribe to? You're paying bribe to the government workers, right? You're not paying bribe to the.
Not really. Everywhere.
No,
Dude,
you're not.
everywhere.
Listen. You're not paying bribes to the average Ghanaian, okay, to get something done. You're paying bribes to the people that are in power. Okay, that's two different system of things. The average Ghanaian, you're not giving them anything. To be honest with you, and they don't. It's like what can they do for you that you're gonna go pay them for what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're
I agree.
serving.
That's true. I
I
agree
agree with
with you on
Julian,
that one.
You're
right?
like
Because
You don't,
you don't go
if
to
you
your
need,
site, Tony. You don't go to your site, right?
and pay your
And
workers to work.
and bribe your mason.
Yeah,
are the land guards working for the government?
but the land guards are
No,
working for
no,
No,
somebody.
no,
no,
no, no, no, no, no.
No one
I'm
hired
no,
you.
saying it's
no, no.
extension of
They,
the
no.
government. Wait,
Listen,
wait.
no. I
Let me start
Are
telling you.
hired. Uh,
If you go to
let me answer the
if you
question.
even go to a private hospital,
Hmm.
okay, you go to a private hospital, it's
Hmm.
not run by the government. Do you?
that's a business
If you
though.
no no
But it,
wow, it's the people, dude.
No,
It's
no,
the
no.
point I'm trying to make is this. Yes, you will pay for a public servant, but it's just the society in general, and we know for a fact in Ghana, the way you get things done, if you go there to, like, I don't know if 2G's go there, he stays there 2, 3 months. But when you go there, you want things done. After you pay for it, you got to cough something extra,
You
right?
don't. You
To
don't
get
have
things
to.
done. He's not a government employee. That's the norm, right?
Listen, listen,
So it's a mentality.
but
Listen, the people on
listen,
the
bro.
ground, That same guy you fighting for, if he becomes DCE, he's gonna do the same thing. If he
So,
becomes MP, he's gonna do the same thing because the
But
mentality
but but but
is
did
you
going
you
gotta
different.
did
become a
you
government worker, though.
but you're supporting that though. Did you say, hey, you know what? I don't like this system, so I'm gonna keep my money in my pocket, Tony?
I got to get things done.
No,
I
but,
got to get things
Okay.
done, man. I got to
Okay.
get
So
things done.
at the end
but
of the day, we are our own problem.
yeah,
That's
because
right.
We're
That's
all
right.
enforcing this crap.
It's a contributing factor.
That's right.
so
All right,
It's a contributing factor.
explain it then. Wait, why
Tony.
explain
Tony,
about?
can you do me a favor and put a question back up again so I can take a
There's a
stab at it,
question.
please? All right. So if I read this
Nanaya's
question,
question, by the way.
okay.
Go ahead.
If I read this question, right? If I read this question, I'm not looking at it from the lens that I think we're taking it from, right? If you
Correct.
say, have we been, right? That means someone is doing the bastardization, not ourselves.
Hmm.
Like, has some
Hmm.
Obroni come and bastardize us,
That's a question.
right?
That's the
And,
question.
and, and, and you see, like, I see questions like this, and I go back to the root of our biggest problem, right? Look, regardless of how much I need money, if you come to my house and you say, Eric, I want to buy the glasses you're wearing. If I don't say yes, I'm selling it to you, you're not taking it off my face. Period. Right?
Right.
And the reason why I'm saying that is we can blame, you know, the white man for slave trade all we want, but we're part of it. We sold our own people.
Great points.
We sold people who we were already enslaving on the land.
But Julian is not to be blamed. He was not there.
No, that's you see, the like I think
No,
the bigger problem is like I mean I look at it and I say, you know what, no one is bastardizing anybody, right? No one is bastardizing anybody. Look, there are African men, maybe not on the same scale as maybe a Jewish person or a Caucasian person, but they are African males who are in public domain and doing amazing stuff, right? There
Hmm.
are African males who are in power places. We mentioned the Dangotes of the world, right? Dangote is not just known in Africa, right? If the system was that, like oh, everyone is bastardized, you think the white man is stupid to let one black man come out through those cracks?
Uh,
Our
but but
problem is
but but
us.
but Dangote is a strategic business partner. He is using all.
But but
In his
he's still African.
no, but the people running his operations, when you go deep up there, is not Africans. I can
But is
tell
he
you that.
African or not?
No, but I'm saying he understands something that when you put Nguche over there, Nguche is going to come in a way we have to stifle billions from the oil rig. So he knows what he's doing.
No, but that's you see, but that tells you something though. That
We'll
tells you
get to
that
that point.
that
The
to me,
realities.
yeah, to me that tells you that, right? The only reason why we might even think about someone, labeling us as bastards, right, is because maybe we are doing it to ourselves, right? I know one thing, like Alex was saying earlier, right? He knows who he is, right?
Mhm.
I know who I am. You can go to a million grocery stores in the world, right? Buy a can of tomatoes. You get home and you open it, you get tomatoes inside of it. Because the person who made that container and put that wrapper on it and labeled it knows what was in it and called it what it was. If you know your worth, nothing anyone does to minimize you will work, right?
True.
So, like,
True.
like if Nanaya was here, this would have been um because then we could have gotten where the question came from,
mhm.
right? Because I don't know if we're doing it justice from where he was thinking.
My so the thing I'm thinking about it is this, right? We tend to look at things as we are not participants. It is them. I'm immune. I don't conduct myself certain way. Um Now where maybe that may be true
Mm,
to, like, we can say we are not in public office, so we're not stealing public funds. That is true. But sometimes too, we have to look at it internally and reflect. Maybe we play because we're also part of the society.
Hmm.
And if something is affecting society, you can be isolated.
Hmm.
Nobody can be so super clean.
Hmm.
They don't catch filth
Hmm.
from the society, right? There are
Hmm.
people
Hmm.
that come here 30, 40 years
Hmm.
and the mentality has
Doesn't
not
change.
changed, right? So this question also for me, I'm looking at it more also as internally, why maybe our participation is not huge. Maybe it's more also for assessment to say because it can be like it ain't my problem. I don't conduct myself this. Yeah, maybe you are not stealing public funds, but maybe like Alex said, if I go there and they want bribe and I pay, I'm a participant.
No, but
Right? I'm a participant.
but what I'm saying is that okay, uh when you say that or you participate in these kind of activities, um I would say okay, that might be true in a way, but at the same time, there's people that are not doing those things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of good people.
Well. If
Let
you
me
if
finish.
you
Let
if you
me
need
finish.
anything, then you're gonna pay out.
Let me
You
finish.
know
Let me
that.
finish. That's not true. It's not true. But what I will say is that it all depends on your mindset. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on what you're trying to do, like
Yeah.
who you are, and how you grew up. You know what I'm saying? I think life experiences determine how you act at the end of the day. So when it comes to this kind of question, it's like man, it's like how are you trying to live? You know what I'm saying? If you try to just get around and do all kinds of things, shady things, then yeah, of course you're gonna be into the corruption. But if you're just doing your own thing and like not trying to, and you hang around people that are not doing those things, you usually don't get involved in those type of activities in the first place. You know, there's always
You're
good people that lands and all kinds of municipalities, all the stuff that you can go to that won't take anything from you more than what you're supposed to, and they'll do the right thing. It's just that you have to be willing to find those people. But if you just want to take a shortcut, like most people do, then yeah, of course you're gonna pay those bribes because you don't want to deal with the problem. So it's all about mindset.
To Julian's point, I think that time, right, that era is about to change, right?
Great
It-
points.
the era where the Ghanaian ministry dealt with everything in paper form, right? In cabinets that they had to go pull. Oh, you have to give me this before I go pull your file, which is under a rack of files. That system is slowly changing, right? Because one thing that we all know, because we all deal in that, Lance, right now, when they pick your points and they give you an indenture, they barcode it, right? If every other ministry starts going that route, then the thing that used to take 4 weeks, 2 months, won't take that long because it's a computer. You scan the barcode, it pulls it up. So you don't need to bribe anymore, right? I'm
So
hoping that we
you
get there.
think so, Eric? You
Yes, sir.
think does character needs to change or system needs to change? Which
I
first?
think no, both need to change, right? Both need to change. But I believe in one thing, and I think I've said this before, right? If a massive system shift happens, character will be forced to adapt, right? There are some people you can never change. And I think I used our highway system as an example, right? Locally in Texas, Alex knows on 75, right? I can go up to 70, right? That's the speed limit. I don't remember the last time I actually did 70 and said, okay, I'm 70, let me stop, right? I look around, there's no cop, maybe I put 5 or 10 on it, right? Am I criminal? No. I'm getting away with what I think I can get away with, right? If the law is in place and it says there's a speed limit, people follow that law. I'm not saying there are no speed demons who are not going to go, trying to, let the needle rattle on how fast the car can go because they just bought a new Porsche or whatever, right? But I'm saying that a majority of the people naturally are law abiding. If you
Who?
put, n-
What?
listen to me, Tony.
No, Ghana,
Human beings,
I
listen
think
to
he's
me.
talking about Texas.
Texas.
No, you
Yeah,
see,
two
you see,
G's.
no, you see, I think we can look at what is happening here in a developed country.
Yeah.
No,
Chaos,
no, no. Tony,
organized
listen.
chaos.
Tony, listen.
Three
The
lanes,
reason
5 lanes.
why, because there's no system. If you go into 3 lane, 5 lane, and your car is towed, You do the right thing next time. No one is going to tell you you're going to bribe and you're going to get away with it. So what I'm saying is this: if the system is in place and people are penalized,
I agree,
a
super tier.
ton of people, right? A ton of people will do the right
Well,
thing.
you couldn't in a sense that, let's say, I mean, 2G who also tested it, that, the Kasua Weja Road, right? Here's the problem: you probably have to bring about 10,000 tow truck, right? Because it is like, I don't even know how you can pull them over, because that lane is like 5, 6. It is like box to box,
That's what I'm
right?
saying, because they get
And
away with it, right?
but I'm
Look,
saying it's
human.
like
Look, there's a
character
reason why.
change first. The
There's
character
no.
must change.
That's not true.
No, Tony,
Look,
Tony,
the character is
Tony,
not changing if the system is not there to correct it.
Tony. We
Yes,
can't.
bro.
The character is based on the system. We have a lot of countries around the world that I feel like Ghana is even better than, but they don't have that mentality of corruption. You understand that? I've seen a lot of little countries in Asia that mindset is not even there because they have that system
Yeah.
in place. If the system is in
Well,
place,
there's a cultural component too in there. There's a cultural
well,
component.
I get it. But if we're holding people accountable, if we're
Yeah,
holding the system accountable,
yeah,
if the system says, hey, let me take you back. Okay, let me take you back. During the Rollins time, right?
yeah,
There were certain things we could do. There were
yeah,
certain things we couldn't do.
yeah. It's the
Okay,
patriot.
and if you did this, even though it was military government, I get it. If you did
Mhm.
this was your punishment. If you did that, that was your punishment. So you got people, they litter everywhere. Okay, they litter. They grab those insu
Like
plastic
pure water.
sacks. Yes,
Mhm.
and they throw them away anywhere they want. Right here, you get fined.
Mhm.
So if we have a system in Ghana that says if you litter, you go to jail. If you
But,
litter,
but
you
you think
pay.
that's going to work, right? He gonna pocket the money. You know how it's going to go.
No,
No,
but
no.
you see, you're solving the problem by creating a new one.
Jo- I'm just trying to make a point. Okay.
No, go ahead. Go
Now,
ahead.
if that's not happening, then we need to have trash cans everywhere around the city. You understand that? So it starts with the system. If you want me to act up, or if you want me to do the right thing, you don't want me to throw away trash on the street.
Hmm.
Have a bunch of trash cans along the highway, whatever road we're on, whatever street, whatever neighborhood. We need to have that. So
Correct.
if you're not doing it, people in the neighborhood will hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because at that point, basically, you're showing your character. You could not blame that on the system
Mhm.
because the system is in place. The system has set up certain things for you to do to make sure our neighborhood is clean.
Correct.
I remember growing up every Saturday, they would say, hey, we got to go to the palace, right? We got to go sweep. We got to go do this. We got to go do that. That was
Communal
in
labor.
place.
Communal labor.
That
Yep.
was in place. So it can be done, man. It's not that it cannot be done. It's just these leaders, man, the system, it's not working. All they have to say is say, hey, this is how we're going to do this. If it's not done like that, I'm going to hold you accountable. It's just a big fine. Put some sanctions in
Great
place,
points.
Mhm.
you know, and let's see what happens. But we got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
We
and
can't
that's
sit
true.
there and complain about, oh, the African male is, well, what are you doing in place to make me do the things that you want me to do?
No, I,
If
I
I go
think
to Ghana, you want to take away,
Maybe they enjoy the field.
you don't enjoy it.
That's why I have a trash can in my house.
That's your house. You don't stay at your house all day.
Yeah,
you
but
didn't
your
take the
trash
trash.
can.
You didn't take the trash can with you.
Listen, but
I
your trash can, is it like, doesn't the public give you that trash can in the recycle bin?
No. I bought it. I bought it.
You bought it. But
I bought it.
anyway, why'd you buy
When
it?
you go to the city though,
Yeah.
Say it again.
yeah, why you buy it?
Well,
The
why you
system is
bought it?
because I
why
don't
you
because I don't enjoy the field at my
No,
house.
no, 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 no. Now you enjoy the film because everyone around you is doing it. That's why you did it.
No, no, no. I bought it. Go
No,
Yeah,
he's
outside.
talking.
you bought it
Julian, he's
because
talking about Kaswa.
listen, you bought the trash can because everyone around you is doing the same thing. That's
No,
why
no,
you
no. He's
bought it.
talking about
No,
Kaswa. He's
no,
talking about
no.
Kaswa.
Not US here.
He's
What
talking about
about
Kaswa.
Kaswa?
Oh, guess what? That's
Yeah.
different, though.
Julian.
All right, Tujis, what do you think? What do you think?
No,
Can we do better?
no,
Do we enjoy the
Tony,
stuff?
Tony.
Yes.
I think we need to. Tuji is not to steal your shine, but I think we need to go to Nanayao, right? This question came from
Yeah,
him, right?
Nanaya, yeah, good. Nanaya, that's your question. What were you thinking? That's his question.
So the main am I on? Yeah. The meaning of bastardized is just a change of something from its original form, right? That's what it means. So the state of the African male. Um, so I was thinking about Ghana, right? And and the hope that we have or we had in our leaders and what they're doing now. People that we put our trust in and we vote for them to come and how they embezzle money, how they run down everything, you know, how they destroy the country literally, you know. So I'm thinking, what has happened to us? What has happened to it? That's that we cannot build working communities. We can build communities that work, communities with hospitals, schools,
Good
where
point.
we are thinking about the little child going to the classroom to sit in a modern classroom. It looks as if we don't care about stuff like that. So the little child goes to school and sits under a dangerous structure, a structure that can break and kill them like it happened in Central Region. We don't care about
Great
building
points.
good roads that is going to keep us safe. You wonder, and you go somewhere else, they don't behave like that. They don't behave like, so what has really happened to us? I mean, you go into an African country where the country works, you go into the background and you realize that there's white people there who who lay down the structures. You go to South Africa, go to Namibia, but come to West Africa, come to Ghana, come to Nigeria. All you see is corruption,
Good point.
stealing, embezzlement. I mean, we don't even have hospitals where the politician will feel confident to go. I mean, so that is where the question comes from. It's like, what is wrong with us? I mean, you go into people's houses and people build mansions and put tiles, but we're not thinking about the road outside. You have tiles in your house. I mean, talking about real polished tiles, but the road that you would drive on is not done. So that's where the question is coming from. What has happened to our mind? It's like
It's
we've
called
been.
Pesamin Kuminya.
No, it's
We'll get
beyond
there.
that. It's not. It's beyond
We'll
Pacific
get there.
Korean. It's beyond
Yeah,
Pacific Korean.
I want to. No, good. Actually, Nanaya breaks it
So
down and
I'm just trying
explains
to
it.
explain the question. It's like, what
Yeah.
has look at what Nkrumah built. Look at what Nkrumah built. The only thing that Nkrumah built that is still left is the dams, because we need power. Every factory that he built, the matches factory, the bottle factory, the glass factory, all these factories, the jute factory, all these things, we collapsed them. Now we go there, it's garbage dump. What is wrong with us
But
as a
every
people?
Ghanaian think he's not responsible for that.
Yeah.
That is the issue I have. Every Ghanaian think they're not responsible
It is
for
not.
anything
It is
because
not just the
personally I
politicians.
didn't damage anything
Yeah,
Nkrumah did. Right.
it is not just the politicians. It's the people too.
Uh,
Well,
our
It's the
well,
people
African
too.
leaders don't have huevos. Huevos. You know
Exactly.
huevos. Here in
So,
Texas, they say huevos.
so that's
They
where the
got
question is
enough
coming from.
balls, man, to stand up to anybody and say, "Look, listen, I ain't taking your crap. I'm gonna build my country, right? Based on what I have. I'm not taking scraps, right? We don't have leaders that can stand up to nobody. Okay?
Who did it?
We have this.
Right.
We'll get there when.
No, I'm saying
Y'all
like
let,
there's
we
a
need,
couple of questions. a couple of questions to come,
Oh,
so
you
you
got
can
more
hit it.
questions. Okay.
Yeah, then
Because
you
you're
can
getting me
hit that.
hot, man.
I know, I know, I
I'm
know.
about to
Don't cool off.
explode.
Don't cool
No,
off.
no,
I'm
but,
gonna propose this question for 2Gs and
So,
Ajia to start a
so
second question.
let me just land, and then I'll leave it. You listen to how the Chinese develop their systems. Actually, they did. I'll listen to your video, Tony, your video this afternoon. They actually said they're not going to do what the West is doing. This democracy thing, they were not going to do it. They developed their own systems. We had our own system, the chieftaincy system, and we threw it away, bring somebody else's in, and it's not working as it is.
But the,
So
no, but the chieftaincy
Good
system is,
point.
is is what led to
That's getting
slavery,
corrupt
right?
too. Corruption is Akurim.
You
no,
know what
but
I mean?
2Gs.
if we had maintained it, we could have better it. Because remember, if you're corrupt as a chief, I said it the other day, we can stool you, and really people are afraid of that. So we could have even better our own system. So
Now, now,
that
now,
is
now, you
yeah.
have a great point, man, and that's exactly what I was trying to say in the platform the other day. You guys, we lose our character, we lose who we are, we pick up somebody else's system, and it doesn't work because that's not who you are.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It may work for other people, but our ways are gone. We have lost so much of
Good
who we
point.
are that it's not even funny. Okay? What we used to do, how we build our communities, the engineering marvels that these people used to come to Africa to learn. We started building these engineering marvels before any Western nation started that crap. We were there first.
Mhm.
So, how do you think that happened?
Hmm.
Because
We're
they
gonna
know
dive
they
into that.
wanted.
We're gonna dive into that.
Charlie.
We're
Can
gonna
I
dive
just
Hey.
into that.
can I just say something?
Go ahead, Ajia.
Um, how we've been pasteurized was that I think if you I take you a little bit back since Nkrumah, what happened with our Nkrumah? I mean, first of all, I'm going to say it's a shame to think that Africa, we are the first African country to kick out the white man and we get our independence. We are the first in the whole Africa. And what our Nkrumah tried to do is make Ghana better than Europe, better than America, better than and
Great
all the
points.
all the Western country. But because we don't think collectively, we don't know how to think about like we are as one. Everybody is for himself. Every group there for themselves. What happened to Nkrumah? We ki- we he was kicked out shamefully. He was kicked out. So if we think
Good
about
point.
all this, like how are we, like when we were thinking about how is Ghana gonna be built, how we get out to how we get going where we're supposed to be going. How is Ghana gonna function that with the leaders who don't care about the people, who only care about their pockets. We don't know how to come together and say, okay, has to be done. Like as someone mentioned, if hospital is being built, another leader came, the election came, another leader came. That project is dead. Right now, what Ghana is doing is the making Ghana make Ghana work again. They go, they clear up streets and they clear up these people under the bridge. But first, what you're supposed to do with these people, you're supposed to find them place, build them a house, build them subsidy house. Okay, this is where you go. Now this place is going to be clear. But I'm afraid these people are going, they're losing their business. I'm afraid like these people are going to turn to armed robberies.
Hmm.
And what's going to happen when they turn to armed robberies? Who are they going to kill? Is this going to
Mm.
make Ghana great again? This going to make build Ghana? And these women who are being kicked in the market, And they have their business. That's their daily
Great
bread
points.
on the street. They're being kicked out. The little kiosk is being broken, and they cry. Where are they gonna go?
Mm-hmm.
If we have the leaders who think, okay, come to these women, what do you need? How do we help you? Because this is what we need to do, and then build that, and
Mm-hmm.
then tell them, okay, now you can't be here because this is for you. This is what we're trying to do. But they don't care. That's what I see. We don't know how to think like to help each other. And these leaders are so proud of themselves that okay, they're making Accra great again or whatever. But I don't see where Accra is getting great again because I'm afraid what
Shots fired! Shots fired!
after they got kicked out, like with 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids going to school, and what is she gonna do when she got kicked out to the market? I
Okay,
don't,
two
I don't.
G's. Oh, go ahead, Ajia. Finish your thoughts.
Yeah, so I think what we need to do is learn our African male, not just me. We have to look at it as us, ours. The kids is all ours. The country
Great
is all
points.
ours. Just because my kids are outside in America or Britain doing their study, it doesn't mean that oh I'm good. My kids are fine. The other kids can just go under the tree and learn. The
Yeah.
kids are ours. The country are ours. There is no me. There is no more me, myself, and I. There is us, ours. That's how it's supposed to work. And if we didn't get that, then we're not gonna go anywhere. That's all I need to say.
2G, I'd like you to take this question. To start to how will you define leadership? In all, whether it's personal leadership, professional leadership. When you think of leadership, what is your take?
Being able to lead, with, of course, you have to have, of course, confidence. You have to have, high
Good
self-esteem.
point.
Just getting the job done properly, getting the result that that could lead to, higher and more profit. Things that will at least profit the people that are behind you as a leader. So, I mean, that's the way I look at it. Just like being a father in a home, right? You want to make sure your kids are successful
Good point.
and by leading by an example. So, to me, that's how I define leadership: being able to actually be a man of your word, and you actually gain profit based on your decisions that
Great
you will
point.
make. Because whatever you do will affect the people that are behind you, right? So, a great leader normally lead by an example. You lead by actually being able to, make sure that victory will be, I mean, the war will be won in general, whatever. That's what you expect. You expect a great outcome, So that's how I define it. Just being able to set example and being able to come on top regardless of the situation. Because when you fail, the people behind you also fail as well.
Awesome.
Good
What do you
point.
guys think? Who wants to take a crack at this? How do you define leadership?
I I I I look at leadership, in addition to everything that Tuji said. Um, I will add um, integrity to it, um, because without that, you're a failure getting out of the door. Um, but
Good
to
point.
me, the biggest thing I look for in a leader is that leader needs to be a servant. Um, if you can't do the things you're telling other people to do,
Great points.
you're not a leader. That's as simple as that, right? Because you cannot delegate
Good
and
point.
expect results when you don't know what results to look for.
What do you take, Danaya?
Well, I mean,
Leadership.
we make it seem as if, and I'm saying those of us here, but sometimes it's like when you hear leadership, it's like you have to go and listen to lectures on leadership. It's very simple. Look, when they come to your home and your kids are fed, you're doing well in school, you have a wife who's not being abused, emotionally, and you're not starving this woman, you have a nice house. I see that you're a good leader. You know,
Not a great
it's
father.
just it's just simple stuff around you. You know, how you lead your home is as simple as that. You know, um, 2G. I think you posted something the other day. This little, this young guy who all of a sudden is starting life, but now he's impregnated two women. You know, I
He's
mean,
creating future leaders.
you you start life by impregnating two women, and you're proud of it. You know, I wonder what kind of leader he's going to be. So
What's wrong with having kids?
Leader of the people. he gonna be in front of the bus stop. He gonna be driving the school bus.
so you believe in people that they're good leaders, and all of a sudden they rent a plane with 17,000 euros an hour, because they want to take a shower in the sky. You know what kind of leaders they are. It's just simple stuff. You don't have to convince people that you're a good leader. We have the Tanzanian president, the late, I've forgotten his name. That he charters passenger. He sits in a plane with his country people. I mean, he's coming to the UN conference, and he comes with maybe four people. Um, it's just as simple. Who are you? I mean, it's not you going to school to go and show that you have a degree in leadership, and it's just a simple thing. How you do your things. So that's basically what we need. We need good leaders. I wonder, it's like, I still go to the healthcare and hospitals. Like, why don't you have an ultra modern hospital in this country, in a country like Ghana, where when you are sick, when your people are sick, you will go there. It's just simple to. So you don't even want to do that for your people. I mean, so about somebody like Kagame would do it. It's just sometimes it's kind of depressing. So I mean, for me, that's what I see. Like drinking
Julian, what
water.
do you think?
It's just a simple stuff.
I think this whole leadership again, man. I sometimes I don't know, like this whole thing and like, oh, Ghana's gonna wake up and be something that is not. I don't believe in that. I'm sorry, man. You can't.
You don't believe?
Like, I don't think nothing's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I'm saying? Until you eradicate the whole system and change it, it's not really gonna work, man. You can try have little pieces of sprinkly dust and pray to God that it's gonna happen, but it's not gonna change, man. People are.
I'm glad, Julian. I'm glad you said old dog, right? Hopefully, you can teach the puppies the tricks you want them to learn,
Great
so that when
points.
the old dogs die, the new
Eric,
puppies who become
Eric,
dogs will do the right thing.
Eric. If the,
Yes,
if the
sir.
if the newborn puppies are seeing the old dogs do things, aren't the newborn puppies gonna do the same thing the old dogs are doing?
But if they have something to balance it against,
Massa,
right?
massa.
Change is constant, man.
You see,
Change is the only constant.
You see,
Yeah.
one thing is that I noticed that when it comes to like change and stuff like that, poverty plays a big role in this kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? When people don't have anything, they're willing to do anything to get something. You know what I'm saying?
You're
And
right.
if people had something going for them, the mindset would change. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't have nothing, you're just looking for any way to survive, and you're willing to do anything to get something. So
Good point.
until you change poverty in these countries, that are third world countries, then nothing's gonna change because people are hungry, man. They're willing to do whatever it takes to eat. You know what I'm saying? I think we have to understand
Good point.
and sit back and look at from their point of view. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for us to sit there and judge them. Oh my God, why they doing this? Why they don't think? Why they don't? Like, man, when you're going to hell, you don't have anything to look up to, and your parents don't have anything, and like it's a cycle of like constant chaos. You try to do anything to succeed. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean you have to be right thing. You want to do anything it takes. That's why I see human sacrifices. People are killing people just in the name of money because people are hungry, man. So until people get fed, the
Great
system
points.
in place is gonna keep going until there's something changes, their jobs and their opportunities. They see a different light and they see a different way of doing things. But until then, they're gonna do what they've learned and what they've been working for them until someone brings something else into play.
But
Mm.
Julian, what I hear you say every day is like, okay, the situation is horrible, but you think that people are not going to fight. Is that what you're saying? You keep saying that.
No, no,
I
no. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is that when people are see, people are not worried about wrong and doing good things or doing bad things when they're hungry. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to eat. So that's what I'm trying to say. So until they get fed, they're not really caring about like corruption. They're not caring about what is right, what is wrong. They're just trying to get whatever inside their mouth. So
Great.
that's their mindset. So they don't care about of trash. They don't care about you know what I mean, law and order. They don't care about murder. They don't care about, because they don't have anything else
Good
going for
point.
them. So that's the only thing they know.
Well,
Until you wait, it's
your
not gonna
mind
work.
can function right if you're hungry anyway. So
Exactly, because you're too worried about your stomach that you can't care about following the law.
Mm.
For me, I see
Great
it as
points.
awareness. I mean, I see it as awareness. As more and more people become aware of the situation, then the fire will start spreading little by little. Because I was
But not
discussing this
yeah,
with somebody yesterday.
not,
We were discussing somebody yesterday, and I said Ghanaians are not informed. I mean, it said everybody has a mobile phone. Like everybody has a mobile phone, but they can't buy data, so they are not watching YouTube 24 hours a day. So but it's just a little, it's a small group of people who always start something, you know, and and I'm not going to sit here and say
Yeah,
nothing's going to
but
change. Something will
if
change.
but not,
they
not,
will stop, but if
not,
something happens, they're gonna turn
not yeah.
back on you quick.
Let me
If
ask a question. Okay, there's diabetes and all kinds of diseases, and they tell you don't eat these kind of foods. But people still eat those kind of foods because of what? That's not what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can be informed all you want. You can teach someone everything in the book. You can teach someone don't murder, don't kill, don't do this, don't do that. If the person is not willing to do those things, it's not gonna matter. Being aware of something and doing something is two different things.
Great points.
You know what I'm saying? Having information and not using it is useless. You know what I'm saying? So these people are
Because
not. You can teach them every damn thing, but these people are so hungry that they're not listening to what you're teaching them because they want to put something in their pocket.
Good point.
So like
you
that
see,
kind of behavior doesn't work if there's no system in place to comfort the people that are trying to change. Like, you can't comfort someone and tell them, "Oh, don't do this," when they don't have anything in their pocket, man.
well, crime is on the increase.
Yeah,
Armed robbery is on the increase,
of course, because there's nothing to
and
do.
that is how some people, those hungry people, some of them express their anger and frustration in the system. So that is one way. They rather take a gun and go rob the guy who has
But that's
what they have.
but that's expected
So
though.
right, that's what I'm saying. That is one way, one channel in which people show their frustration to the system. So it's not as if people will just say that, oh, I'm hungry, so I'm not going to do anything. People will do something, and in different forms. So
I never said listen.
um,
I never
I
said
cannot.
people would do anything. But what I'm saying is that people are going to do whatever it takes to eat. Like you said, people are going to do murder. People are going to do fraud. People are going to do a shower. People are going to do all kinds of damn things, not because they want to, because this is the only way they know how to eat. That's what I'm trying to say. You made my point.
Great
What you just
points.
said.
Alex, what do you
Yeah,
think? How do you
Well,
define leadership? You know,
a leader, first and foremost, is a servant.
yeah.
Okay. If you don't have that character in you to be able to
Good
serve
point.
your people, then you could not lead. Okay. Tony, you played soccer back in the days. What was the job of a captain?
You
Okay.
asking me? Leadership,
Yeah. Yeah. So
leadership.
at the end of the day, we all of us may not have the same mindset. Okay. And I'm talking in terms of a nation.
Correct.
It's up to that leader, whoever is that servant, to be able to bring all of us together, okay, for the betterment of the nation. All right. I use that soccer analogy because our goal
Great
as a
points.
team is to go and win a game, right? I may
Hmm.
not be friends with the right back, I may not be friends with the goalkeeper,
Still my
but
talking points.
hour and a half or an hour and a half, they are my best buddies, right? Because at the end of the day,
Good point.
we have a common goal to achieve, and that's to go out, play our best, and win the game. So A leader should be able to bring the whole nation together and build a nation and serve the nation and bring in things that we don't have that will help his or her people. Okay? But we got all these fake ass leaders that they come in, you think they have this agenda, that this mindset to build a nation, and then you find out that that's not what they're there for. I'll go back to the first topic, okay? And my thing is, if the system is in place, it doesn't matter who the leader is. Tony, if we have a good constitution and we're following the constitution and we're building the nation based on that constitution, it doesn't matter who's in charge. If our job is to build a hospital, it doesn't matter if it's Republican, a Democrat, a private party, NDC, MPP, all that shit shouldn't matter. Correct. Because you're building now for the nation. So let me give you an example. Akufo-Addo wants to build a cathedral, right?
Amen.
Let's say he loses the election or MPP loses the election, the next election. Yeah. You know that shit is gone.
Am I lying? Transfer the market woman to that building.
No.
What do you think?
Let me finish what I'm saying. Because this based on something that the nation want, something that will serve the nation, or was this based on individualism? So the new leader comes in, he thinks, no, I'm not going to go for this stuff because this may not help the nation. I'm going to do my own thing. This is what's going on in Africa. Somebody comes in and builds something different.
But Alex,
all right?
Great point.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
You said like the politicians are coming in the mind to fix the country. These politicians are not coming to mind to fix the country.
No, that's what they. That's what they tell their electorate.
That's what they say for you to vote for.
Exactly. That's what they tell their electorate.
Listen. Okay, these people are not. Everyone knows they're not coming in to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. No one actually believes that these people are coming to do anything. There's been like 60 years and nothing has damn changed, and no one believes that. What happens is that people have become so like I don't know, like Ghanaians like to like elections like some kind of like a entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? People are paying 200 CD to go vote for them. The system is so effed up that even the voting system is fraud. You know what I'm saying?
Julia, let me add to this. You see, we got big heads but small brains.
Yeah.
A lot of them. I'm sorry to say. Yeah. Big ass head but small brains, because if you cannot sit there and look in the mirror and find out who you are as a person, and you just fall for all these traps and what these people say, and you're hungry, and they give you 2 cities to go buy Govet, and you're happy with it because you're full for that moment.
Alex, you see, that's what I'm trying to say. When people are hungry, they want to do anything to get something. You see what I'm saying?
No, but Julian, let me ask you this, right? If you voted for the same person, right, 8 years ago, they gave you a pack of fried rice and a T-shirt, right? You voted for them. You were full for that day when the campaign was, right? You probably were hungry when you went to vote. Because the campaign is before the election, right? Doesn't your mind tell you that this person came and fed you once just to come and show a face, right? Never mind. Maybe he will change. You voted him into power. He's been there. 1 term comes by. Your roads are worse than they were when the guy came to campaign. Your schools are worse than they were when the guy came to campaign. He comes back to campaign, gives you a pack of fried rice and a new T-shirt, and you vote for him again. You think it's that person's fault?
But the thing is that before they give you that pack of rice or anything like that, what did you have before that?
But so you're gonna
Rice
vote
tokens.
for something for what you eat today, and that's it. You're
That's
selling
No,
your
some
so
soul.
people.
Eric,
Some people are
Eric,
living
that
just for today. Some people
no,
are
that
just living for you don't understand. Some people are just working. They like I swear to you, I go to gun all the time, and some people are just living for the day. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not thinking about tomorrow. It's today. So this guy gave me this rice for today, so I'm gonna vote for him because he gave me something. So I'm gonna.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. The
no,
day they gave you
it's
the
not
rice is
Eric.
not election day.
No, Eric, it's
But
not
that's
a
matter.
logical vote. This is how they are voting. I
It's,
don't like the other team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
it's like sports.
So
Protocol versus hack.
so I don't like the other team. So I'm gonna vote for this person. They're not voting and believing
Uh,
that they're really gonna
Principle.
change anything
Yep.
because
It's
I
not.
don't want the other group to win.
It's not principle. You're right.
Well,
So
Tony,
my people needs to do that, even though I
no. But Tony, the best part is like, oh, my party has won. Yeah, what's go? What's go?
Yeah,
What's go?
it's
let's
like
go
a
to
This is my
sport.
sleep.
party in the street.
All right, I'm gonna start with my thing. The idea, please, I'll bring in my definition of leadership. It's interesting. Like I never saw this thing coming because this question was interesting. Everybody went the political route. I went personal route.
Mhm.
I went as you as a leader, right? I believe the leader. So I'm looking at it like individually. The leader number one, I think, must be accountable, right? An obligation, willingness to accept responsibility. So that's one. Because if you're going to vote somebody in, they must be a personal leader, not a not a political leader that they put him there, but they must have this also accountability. Leader must be courageous, right, to make these tough decisions, which is i.e., don't build a cathedral. That'll be a courageous decision, right? Because that is not in the best interest of the nation, right? Take balls to do that. A leader must have emotional intelligence, right? So the ability to perceive, manage, and regulate emotions, right? So when the country is feeling certain way, the leader must come and make sure is being able to manage that as well. Visionary, obviously, is very important to me. So a cause that is greater than themselves, right? The leader must always push for that, right? They got to be dependable, though. You got to know people will not follow you if you're not dependable. They want to know that if you say you're going to do this, then you're going to deliver, right? Because the moment you come and say you're going to build 5,000 hospitals or you're going to do this something crazy like that, and you don't do that, then people are not going to follow you because even though if you're not being able to feed them, which is a great concern to these people, if they know that what you are saying, you're actually executing, they will follow, right? But if you're not doing that, they're not. So, and then obviously, one of the things that's important to me must be effective communicator, right? How many times? And so, this to me, I look at it more like personally, because I can't follow you because you got some public position. If I'm going to rock with you because I know personally you have these attributes, even when you don't, you are not the MP, even when you are not the president, right? So I was looking over us as do we ascribe ourselves to these things that we want in the political sphere? Because if we work towards these things as leaders ourselves, then it's easier for us to see somebody say, okay, this guy's bullshitting. This guy's, because we can see these attributes. And most people don't do that. So then they fall for all these promises, which if you think about it, it's not gonna there's not a possible way they can deliver. So accountability, courage, emotional intelligence, visionary, dependable, and also be effective at communication. Ajay, what do you think? What is the definition of leadership?
Well, you said it. You said it, Tony. Um, when I was looking for definition for leaders, I couldn't see anybody alive. I'm thinking about dead leaders. Nobody alive came to my mind to make an example of. If you think about leaders, leader is
Great
somebody.
point.
Shots fired.
Leader is somebody who has a
Too late, man.
leader is somebody who who has a pride who wants to take it, who can see the who can see a dream, who can vision and see a dream that he follow, he see that his society, community, or country needs, and then he is willing to go for it
Good point.
and achieve it. Whether he thinks, sometimes he thinks it's not something that he thinks he can achieve at his lifetime anyway, but because he's visionary, he will go for it, and people will actually, by serving people, people will actually serve you. They will go for it because they see what you see. They also
Great
identify to what you, and they want what you see. So people will go with you. So you need to have a pride. You need to have the vision, and you need to have the love for your community that you want to see that whatever
Good
that is
point.
achieved. But right now in Canada, we're having elections soon in a couple of weeks. The leaders, even as a developed country, the leaders are just blaming each other. Nobody's. I'm still waiting for somebody to say, okay, this is what I'm here for. This is what
Great
I'm going to do.
points.
Everybody's just blaming each other, and that's the leadership.
Mhm.
So, like, you need to look for the infinite results as a leader. Like, you might never see it, but
Good
I was
point.
thinking about someone like a Mandela, someone like
Two
um
G's.
Yeah, I don't think 2Gs count because
Two G's
Haja
for president, man. We got you in, man.
Haja is
Don't worry.
defining political leaders. Because if we're saying there are no leaders alive, I think that's a lie. We have the Jeff Bezoses of the world who are amazing leaders. They are visionary. So if we say political leaders, I'll agree with Haja. But we have amazing leaders. I'll probably even vouch for some of us on this platform and say we are amazing leaders.
that, that's great. That's what I want to see. That's what I
Good point.
want to hear. So I'm hoping, like, when you guys are saying we can, when you say these people are hungry, they can't do anything. But actually, I beg the differ. They're not hungry enough. Ghanaians are not
Thank
hungry
you.
enough. If
Thank
they're
you.
hungry enough, they will do something.
Time out.
They need to be hungry.
Time out. Wait, what do you mean they're not hungry enough?
No, they're not hungry enough.
What do you mean they're not hungry enough? They're
If
like
they're
2
hungry
hours.
enough, they'll have the drive. They'll have a drive to go do what they need to do to survive.
Hold on. And that's
No,
what
not
they're
hungry,
doing.
not necessarily food. It might be desire.
Yeah.
I think I just meant desire.
Not for food. Not for. I mean,
No. Listen. When you're poverty stricken, okay, look at the United States of America. Look where poverty is. Those people it's hard for them to strive when they're in poverty. You know what I'm saying? But when you have systems in place that where you don't have to deal with money and stuff like that, it's easier for you to move up in life. And yes, sir. So don't act like money don't play a factor in these kind of things. Money plays a big factor. These people have jobs.
But Julian,
there are a lot of people
go look this
in
up.
Ghana today. You will see that they're not hungry enough because they don't have it. They have a food in the breakfast, lunch, dinner, so they don't really get up and do it.
Most people, how many people got eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner? I think that's like a
okay, Julian, look at it.
That's a luxury eating 3 times a day in Ghana for most
Julian,
people.
I think that the desire part. I think I've forgotten what the stat was. I think 80% of millionaires were not inheritance.
Yeah.
Okay, they were not inheritance. Mommy and daddy didn't give it to them, right? And so yes, poverty, extreme poverty can kill drive and motivation. But sometimes too, it can the same aspect can use somebody to say, no, I hate poverty so much that I'm gonna do everything I can. And you see the NFL players talk about that, right? I want to get out of the neighborhood.
Yeah, and NFL players are 1% of the population.
No. But that's my point.
And Tony, you also mentioned that while ago about housing. You mentioned that when you were a child, what happened with you of your compound. That gives you a drive to say, no, it will never happen to me. This will never happen to me.
You got a drive. A drive with no opportunity is a waste of time.
No. It's no.
Listen.
That's not true.
These people got all the job they want. Okay, but they don't have opportunity to do something, then that drive is going to die out.
No,
Okay.
but
So
sometimes people create opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes.
They
So
create
this could be a
and a lot of people have opportunity, but they don't do anything. So it's
You know,
individual.
listen.
Julian, listen. You know, in Ghana, you know the tribe Zabarma, right? You know the
Uh-huh.
tribe
Yeah,
Zabarma.
I know
They
Zarbama.
will come all the
Zarbama.
way to the village. They will come to Accra. They will sell bottles. They will sell whatever they can. By the time you see, they have a house in Dansoma. So they came to get what they need. They have the drive to come and make it, and so they came to Accra and they made it. A lot of them I know. I
But
know a
let's
lot
be
of
honest
them.
here. Let's be honest here. If I would live in Accra, I wouldn't be where I am today. That's for damn fucking. That's for damn sure. That I
No,
wouldn't
no,
be.
but
No. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish here, man. Like, let's stop with this, like, wishful thinking. I'm a very realistic person. You know what I'm saying? Let's put it down to the core. If I lived in Ghana right now, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I wouldn't be where I wouldn't be able to build the house I am right now. I wouldn't be able even to think or to believe and to have the drive to do anything because I'll be poverty stricken. Okay?
no, but it
No, no,
depends
no,
how you
no.
grew up too, though.
No,
It depends how you grew up.
listen. I grew up how my parents grew up. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing what I'm
No,
doing.
but there have been people in Ghana too that have done it super well. So it's
Okay,
Yeah,
but
individual,
and
man.
came from
It's
really, really
the
rough
yeah.
background.
individual
And
matters.
how many
The
people are
individual
those? And
matters.
how many people are those?
No, but see, but that's
But you can say
everywhere
the
though,
same thing
Julian.
here too, right?
can I
You
That's
can say
that's
the
why
same
that's
thing
why they
here.
call it
let me
one
chip this
percent
in?
here.
Let,
Even
let me
here,
let me
we
chip
call it
this
one
in.
percent.
Let
That's
me
what I'm
chip this in.
saying.
As a people. So this topic is something that I've been discussing with my friends. So I showed that video of that vast 3,000 acres, and my friend goes, "Why is that land not being tilled? Why is it not cultivated? Why is it just lying there? Other countries don't have land like that. Israel doesn't have land like that, and yet Israel feeds the world. You go to Taiwan, all these Himalayas countries where they don't even have flat land. They're able to build terraces on in valleys, and they grow rice. If you really want to grow rice, you need flat land. But these people go into the mountains and they grow rice. You know, so when Hadia says we are not hungry enough, it is true we're not hungry enough. Maybe we need to learn from other people, and that is what we've not accepted to do. We don't we think that we are not okay. Maybe we should go to Thailand or go to Israel and learn from them. To stop saying that I live in Accra and I'm poor. Meanwhile, there's land around you and you're not growing anything to sell. You're not growing tomatoes to sell. You're not growing peppers to sell. You're not doing anything to sell. And it's like, okay, it's good. It's good to come to America to get money to build a house. But can as a people learn from other people so that we can actually be industrious in our own countries,
Yeah.
okay? So that we don't leave land just to grow weeds. A land that is so fertile just grow weeds. It's not growing corn, it's not growing okra, it's not growing nothing. It just grow weeds. So I mean, when somebody says you people are not hungry enough, Gaddafi told us that. When Gaddafi drove through the desert and came to Ghana and saw our land, how fertile our land is, and we're importing food and being hungry, he told us the same thing. He told us we are fools. And it's all over the place. Go to Africa, it's very fertile land, but really we don't cultivate it. Some people do
Let's
it.
bring this third question in. This is our Nanaya question, I think. I think mostly. So Nanaya, what do you Alex? Well, Alex. All right, trying to get everybody. Okay, Nanaya, you take this. What do you
In
think?
working as a team to build Ghana, what essential qualities should team members
So
possess?
if you are putting a team together of to execute something in Ghana, what how are you gonna pick them? What should they have?
Well, so putting a team together, first of all, is a hard task. Okay, um, looking at the caliber of people that we are, it's going to be hard. First of all, in a group, everybody should respect each other. There should be mutual respect. You're respecting people's
Good point.
money. You know, you're not taking advantage of people. Not insulting people's intelligence. So, and then you have to choose the right people. In putting the team together. It's a for me, it's a hard task, especially in dealing with our people. I'll tell you that. So, um, I don't know, man. Honesty, you know.
What's that?
What, what did you say?
What's
What is
that?
honesty?
Oh my God, Julian.
No, it's a very
Great
legitimate
points.
question.
It's honesty,
Stealing a
you
little
know.
bit money might be a honesty for.
Honesty, you know.
Honesty,
Um,
honesty is behind the holder. Like, you know what I mean? Like, honesty is like, man, like, what is that? I don't know what honesty is anymore. Because, man, everyone had a definition of honesty, to be honest with you. Give me one.
do we take
You
do
just
we
use
as
you
a
just use
people
the word again.
as a people
To be honest
do
with us,
we
are you
do
being
we
honest?
I don't
do
know. Am
we
I?
take do we
It's like
take
they use honesty. To be honest with you.
do we take each other for granted? You know,
Yep.
as in dealing with ourselves. You
Yep.
know, those are the things that I'm looking at. Um, but I have really not seen a serious team building anything in Ghana at this time. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've not seen that. You know,
Alex, what do you think?
Well, are we talking about is this a general question? Are we talking about this platform?
No, you are going to go build a team to go do something in Ghana, okay? How are you going to do your selection? What qualities
Well, my
should
selection
they?
is based on what I'm trying to build. You
Okay.
know, if I'm trying to build a ship and I go pick up engineers who will build airplane, then that's a dumb move, right? So my move will based on what I'm trying to do
Great
and what I'm
point.
trying to achieve, right? And I'll bring that team together. Yeah, but honesty, character, all the good stuff that you would need to achieve a goal, right? You can't just go and pick anybody that you want or anybody that you like. The person you like may not be the right
Good
person to
point.
build whatever it is that you're trying to build.
Even if they built it before.
Great
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
points.
So at the end of the day, you got to form a team that when it all come down to getting the job done, it will be taken care of. Whether it's the engineer, I mean, just an example, whether it's an engineer, whether it's a plumber, whether it's whatever it may be. I'm just putting characters to what this topic, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be in the same arena.
Mhm.
It's just having
Good
the right
point.
people who will be able to benefit you in whatever you're trying to build.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
it.
Good point.
Um,
Great points.
Ajay, what do you think? You're putting team together to work in Ghana. What do you be looking for? For the members, what should they have?
I think we should all have the same goal, whatever we put in together. Everyone
Hmm.
must have the
Good
same
point.
vision. Everybody has to have the same drive, and everybody needs to respect each other and each other's vision, because everybody's when you working with when you um,
Good
trying
point.
to when you're trying to create a team to build something, you need to have a people who respect each other, who also are open, honest,
Hmm.
have a this see what that you're
Great
almost
points.
able to paint the picture for them, and they will see what you see. But
Hmm.
if you have people that you're trying to paint the picture, you're going left, they're going right, you're trying to paint the picture, they're not getting it, and everybody wants to
Good
be
point.
his own boss, everybody wants to be the leader, then you're in trouble. So you need to have everything set up, like who's the leader, who's the next in command, who everybody knows this state, and everybody knows how to approach each other and do it with respect.
Great points.
Julian, what do you think?
Uh, man, I've done a lot of work, in Ghana, and when it comes to team building, I honestly, to be, it's hard for me to answer this. So for me, I I would like to say honesty and all that stuff, but I found out that people are not honest. In to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Like people are just not honest in life.
Good point.
I've been able to accept those kind of qualities in people. You know what I'm saying? And I think everyone comes with some type of like flaw in their like character. But at the end of the day, I think it comes down to having the same goal of getting something done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think everyone has something
Great
that they need
points.
to work on. But if you have a one goal that we're all willing to sacrifice for, I think we can get it done. When it comes to other characters, like the other like things like trust and all that, I don't trust anybody because anyone can change on you any single day. And especially when it comes to our own people, the chance of like things going wrong or someone trying to jeopardize or someone trying to like change what you're trying to do to something that is not what it's supposed to be is extremely high. I work with a lot of Ghanaians, like I work with a lot of people and building my house, and the
Great
amount of
point.
like nonsense I deal with, not even about the building, just about mindset. You know what I'm saying? And that honesty thing. If I wasn't strong enough, I would just give up because it's like the people are just not honest. So
Yeah.
I think it all comes down to having the same goal.
Good point.
If you have the same goal and you have the resources to do it, anything is possible. But the honesty and everything else, I don't even look at those things because I think everyone has something that they have to work on.
What do you think, Eric?
Um, I wrote a few things down when the question came up. So I'll just try to go through them. I said same vision driven, right? So we cannot be vision driven, but we're not on the same team if our visions are not the same, right? And I said like-mindedness.
Great points.
It's almost similar to same vision driven. But one of the things that I care about a lot more than, and I think it'll like on a team, if everyone has that, right, the team goes further. Is every single person on the team having the servant spirit, right? I'm not bigger than you. You are not bigger than me. We are
Good
all
point.
striving to do this thing, and we know that sometimes we'd have to do, you know, in the gutter stuff just to be able to come up, right? And that ties in with selflessness, right, which is key. And then I feel like every team has to have at least one person who knows how to say no, right? No, when you realize that the team is going the wrong way, you're bold enough to be able to say, we are going off course,
Yeah.
right? That's one. Honesty, we've all talked about it. But my biggest thing when it comes to team, my biggest thing that I'll underline and highlight any day is the ability to know when to cut people off when they don't fit anymore,
Yeah.
right? We're not on
Great
the same
points.
team if you're scoring goals on us.
When the
We're not on the
commitment
same team.
isn't there, yeah. When the commitment isn't there, you need to know how
We're
to.
not on the same team if
Yeah.
you're scoring own goals, right? You're going to sports analogy, soccer analogy, right?
But
And
those,
no,
those things happen
Good
though.
point.
no, 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 no.
Accident.
No. It's an accident. It's an accident. It's okay, right? But if it continually happens, we're not on the same team. You know what I mean? Like if you take the ball from, you're supposed to be scoring over, you're on the 6 yard line on the opponent, and then you turn around and hit the ball over your goalie's head into your own post. That's a
That
problem.
that's
You
a
mean Pixie
bribe.
Max?
That's
Pixie
a
Max?
bribe.
There you go. Right.
Great
So
points.
to me that is I feel like a lot of people build teams, right? And they're like, oh, we all started from the beginning. We're in this together. You need to be able to say you don't fit anymore. Something changed. You
Yeah.
don't belong,
Mm-hmm.
right? And to me, that is my biggest one. And I
My
think I'll leave it there.
my take, and Alex, maybe you can relate to this. in a successful team, Alex, is everybody equal on the team?
No.
Production?
No,
No way.
no,
Okay. You're gonna have your superstars, right?
yeah,
And then you're gonna have your support roles,
yeah,
right? But
right.
what is the goal? What is the goal?
Is
Get
to win, to
championship. Get it
achieve.
done.
Yep.
That is what matters. You fit in where you fit in. And if the goal is championship, you can't have everybody trying to be captain. Is that gonna work? It ain't gonna work. You can't have everybody trying to play forward. You know that when you get a
Yep.
team, you're trying to get defenders, there's only two defenders. And 70% of the players want to play forward. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to work.
including
And
the
so
one who brought the ball.
yes, and so for me, what I look for is a healthy, confident, self-esteem person, which is listen, I may not be the superstar, but I have a piece of role here that is critical, and I need to take that and do this part because the team needs me to be the goalie. That is my job, and I'm gonna play to my the best ability. We know for a fact goalies don't get the shine, the strikers do, right? But you tell a striker to have a terrible goalie, and you're gonna see it's gonna be a difficult night for them, right? So it's having that component, the healthy confidence himself and say, listen, this person on board may have super talent, they may have other experiences, they can execute in this area. I don't need to be competing in the team. You compete to get on the team. Once you get on the team, you're competing against everybody else outside the team. You don't want to compete in the team because you're going to ruin it. Because you can't go win when people are competing in the team. It does not work. It's not going to work. And it's okay if you're not a top dog. It's okay. You bring value. You must understand that you bring value and master the area that you are critical in. So you know that hey, the team needs this component that I am a master at. That is the value you bring, right? So that's that. Obviously, what I mean by the healthy confidence is accepting your strength and also your limitations, and find your role and dedicate and be that. Discipline. Discipline is very to me is very important. Discipline is this: we do the things that we're supposed to do if we don't feel like it. Right? Discipline means we are sold out into the agenda. Not everybody was on board with Nkrumah. That's why they overthrew him. Listen, in a team, not everybody believe in a vision. It's okay because there's some people who maybe have a little bit confidence in execution, like your starters have more confidence than your reserves, right? And so it's
Mm-hmm.
okay, but you might buy into the agenda if you join the team. So okay, this is what we're trying to accomplish, right? You must buy into it. Other than that, there's no point of getting to the team.
Yep.
Honesty can be debatable what it is, even though it should be something uh, uh, easier. Honesty also looking inside and say, listen, when things is not going right in the team, do I make it better? Do I make it worse? Right. And so for me, an independent of thought, you can be a zombie. That's why I talk about the leadership. You can be a zombie and then you just go all the time. And you may believe in what you believe and still be wrong. There's a possibility that you might lead and still be wrong. You must accept that,
Yeah.
right? That even if you're the captain, you can still make bad decisions. That, you know, and so
Yep.
that means sometimes you have to take insight from everybody in the team.
Yep.
But the discipline part is for me, that is what is going to see you when the things go chaos, because it's going to happen. You can either come together, regroup, or start tearing the whole thing down. Right? I told you shouldn't do B, and you wouldn't listen to me. Now you want B, right? Because you
Mm-hmm.
see that internal conflict. And so for me, one thing I also look for that I want the person to have had some successes before. I want them to have the grinding spirit because a lot of people join the team. They want to be on the winning team. They're not going to contribute. Alex, does that sound familiar?
Yes, it does.
You just go and join the team just for the heck of joining the team.
You're gonna
And
be
so
a
I want to
cheerleader.
make sure, yes, I want to make sure that you have some pedigree, you yourself, you have grind, and you know what it takes. That when it's not going well, we can still focus and make decisions, the hard decisions. The hard decisions meaning sometimes it could be, I need to travel to make this deal, but it's my kid's birthday. It's my kid's birthday, but I need to go make this deal. So what are you gonna do? The kid is only 1 year old. You can do 1 week after. They're not even gonna know if it's 1 week after. But you'll be surprised. People say it is their birthday. I gotta be there. Like that is gonna make or break the child. So
It
so
might
for me,
break your marriage.
that's not a strong marriage. Not a
Shishina
strong marriage,
Bankuba.
man.
Bankuba.
It's not a strong marriage. If you gotta go make listen, I don't make the deal. Yeah, you're gonna be in a 7-Eleven at the bridge. Gonna be at a bridge. I better go make this deal. And then when I come, maybe we get 2 cakes. How about 1 cake? We get 2 cakes. because sometimes Eric, they schedule the tournament on that birthday. Trust me. and you gotta do your negotiation. So to me, it's just the discipline part, because I can tell you this. A lot of people will cave when the pressure comes. When the pressure comes, and the worst kind of pressure you want is in the team. You don't want that. If the team is solid, they can deal with a strong opposition. But if the team is fractured, anything can knock you off. Anything. Alex, you know this? A talented team which is disorganized are going to lose to a less talented team who are very motivated and organized.
That's
Right?
true.
And so
As
this thing that's
Argentina ring
why,
the bell.
yeah.
Argentina.
So
Yep.
the way I look at it is this thing. Because I've been teams, when I play soccer, I've been teams. I was like number 11 guy. I went there and did my job. I know
Mm-hmm.
the order I fit in, right? I know the order. Then I moved to 6. Then when I came to the US, I was 1 or 2. Every team I play, every college I went. But it's the years of work, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're not a superstar, it's okay. But you bring your role and do what you need to do so you win. Because at the end of the day, I don't care about you got the most goals, but your team lost. That's a very losing mentality. I
Yep.
want a championship,
Yep.
because champion is what I want. If I score 10, you score 20, we won, I'll take that. I score 20, we lose, I don't care. You are losing. It doesn't matter how many points, right? And so that is the thing that I look about. The discipline means long haul. And no matter what it is, you can tuck it in. And you don't, like Alex said something, you don't have to be better. I have some friends that are very close to me. We can never do business, period. Because the business criteria is a whole different standard. So we cool, right? And I have some people, like my business real estate partner. He lives in Kaswa 10 years. I've never even been to his house. But he's right there. But when it's time for us to go make money, we go make money. So when it's time for us to do what we need to do, everything else doesn't matter at that time. Let's go make this deal. Let's go do these things. But what you find sometimes, like all these things come in, then it's kind of like it's not going to work. So can we put, when we stand for us to go win, can we put everything aside and just go win? And other groups do that very, very well. They have issues and all kinds of stuff, but when it's time for them to get real and make stuff happen, they make it happen. And that's
Can
the
I
kind of team I'm looking for.
can I say something?
Sure.
Um, so for me, it's a team, right? So it's a team building in Ghana. So there are very important things that we need to take a look at. Um, First of all, if you are in a team, especially where you're playing a very important role as maybe a leader in the team, it is very important that you are looking for the welfare of the whole team members. Okay. And I want to ask a
Great
question.
points.
Do you go into a team looking at the interest of everybody, or you're just looking at your interest? Now, if my team leader is looking at his interest, I don't want to be part of that team anymore. So
Good
I'm
point.
looking for. I don't know about me being in a business with somebody and not knowing the person very well. I have to know you. I have to care about you. You understand what I'm saying? It's not all about making the money or making the
Great
deal.
points.
It's knowing you, caring about what you care about. You understand? So it brings me to the point of conflicts. How do you handle conflict? And as a culture, we are people who don't confront each other. We don't confront each other. When we see something, our culture mostly we keep quiet. And that attitude destroys a lot of teams. It is in our churches,
Wait,
it's in our
Nanaya,
Ghanaian,
wait. Yeah.
it's in our Ghanaian associations.
Nanaya, wait.
It's
You
there.
keep talking. So basically, what you're saying this question. So keep up
Right.
this question. Yeah.
So it's part of our culture. So then there is that kind of animosity against each other because we don't speak. Okay. And I want a team where
Good point.
we will speak because we will offend each other. The way you do your things might not be, I might not like it. Okay. The how much you will charge me for a project, I might not like it. Okay. And that can destroy a team. You know, how much you sold, maybe you sold your used car for me and a used car for me and to me, and it was, you charged me too much. And maybe the car wasn't good. You never told me, you know, you sold me a book. The quality wasn't that great. Okay, you sold me a service in the group. The
Great
service
points.
wasn't that great. Okay, and I'm saying that is a very important thing that we have to look at the way people are treated in a group, especially those who seem to be very quiet because they will not speak up. And those who speak up, we need to listen. Let's not brush them off. Let's not label them. If we want to, you believe in team building. It's not about making money alone. It is not. I have learned that it's not about. It's about people. It's about working together. That is how you grow a strong team. If you're not able to do that, your team is going to be weak because all you're doing is you're looking at your self-interest. You want to make that money. You want to make that buck. Okay, so I would say, Tony, I'll challenge you here. That partner of yours, you need to know his house. You need to go to his house. It doesn't have to be only on the business level alone. You have to know him. That's your business partner. You know, I will care about you. I'll care about your kids and your family and your wife. It's not just making money. I
You want
don't
me to
believe in that.
respond?
You know,
You want me to
so
respond?
it's a lot of companies. That's how I see a team member. I have to know Eric. I have to care about, I have to know you.
No.
Um,
So me not going to his house doesn't mean I don't care about him. I care about him in a lot of ways. He doesn't even know that yet. The point I'm trying to make is this: I don't have to be. You don't have to be my besties. Okay, as long as the relationship is honesty, that means my word is good. My word is good 100%. His word is good 100%. We worked 10 years. Never have we had any issue. 10 years strong. Never. I can call him 2 a.m., 3 a.m. He'll pick up. He can call me 2, 3 a.m. We can pick up. What I'm saying is this: somebody on the outside can look at it and say, okay, you guys are so close, but you don't even know his house. And for another person, unlike him, that could be an issue for him. But it's not, he understands what we're trying to do, and it's not a matter of me not coming to his house or anything like that. This because I can't do everything. Like I don't, the relationship is, if I trust anybody, it could be as far as I can go with him. So on the big picture, when we need to get things done, that is what we focus on. We don't focus about when I come to Ghana, we don't hang out, stuff like that. Like I don't call him all the time. We don't focus because some people Listen, is if I want a romantic relationship, there's a criteria. If I want a buddy, there's a criteria. If I want a business professional relationship, there's a criteria. The standard is different because you can be very close to me, but in business, it's not going to work because sometimes the emotions get in the way when we need to make certain decisions. It becomes a little bit sensitive stuff, right? So that relationship must be just professional. Professional means ethics. The
But
money is good.
I feel like, I feel like in our circles, right? We're people with a culture, and I'm scared of people who are in a team and all they're looking for is a self-interest. I don't. I'm saying that I don't want to be part of a team like that because it gets dangerous. It really does. I mean, we've all grown and I've had experiences. When you are in a group and people are all looking, all you're looking for is a self-interest.
What
You
what
know,
does that mean? Break it down. What is
self-interest means
what
he
does that
wants
mean?
to make a buck
Give
on
an
you.
example.
He wants to make a buck on you. He wants to sell you stuff. Maybe I'm saying it. Use examples. Used car. A book. And
Is
he
anybody here
always
selling people on
no no
things?
no
I
no
don't
no
know.
no. No. Now, I'm making an example. I'm giving examples. So I'm saying that when a group like that is, I'm scared of a group like that because I'm giving my all in terms of care. You know, and you're saying it's not romantic, relationship. No, but I define a team as being there for each other. You understand?
Yeah, but
And
what does
and
that
so
mean? I mean, the formation, like Alex said something. When you put a team together,
right.
there may be a reason because you can create all kinds of teams. You can
Mhm.
create nonprofit teams. You can go, hey, let's get books together and let's go give it to this thing. So it depends. It could be social support team.
Mhm.
So
Right.
so so
Now
the
now
the
we I was
dynamics. I
I,
mean,
I
the
was
component is different, right?
ours
It could be a
is
team of business owners that are selling things to each other.
ours ours is in building in Ghana. In building in Ghana. So then we are sharing information. Okay. You might have something that you will sell to a group member. Now, I'm saying that if if it's all about me it being business, then I rather do business, but not to be in a team where somebody just want to make money off me. You understand what I'm saying? Um, because people throw words around like, oh, brotherhood, sisterhood, you know, brothers, but then it's it doesn't seem like that when people feel like um, they had an unfair treatment. So that is what I'm trying to say. That
Well, then you
as I'm
making my
saying that.
point, Nanya. You making
Mhm.
my point because my point I was making is this: is that this question, why can't black people work together collectively? Is black excellence is dead? Is the point I'm making is this because sometimes the reason why we don't support each other, the reason, and I've talked to people that are running teams, and this problem keeps coming up. When this brotherhood, even sometimes family, we call each other, you want to know how black people are, start a business. You start a business, and then you're gonna find out that the family members ain't gonna support it. You got a hotel, they'll go sleep at another hotel. Your homeboys are not going to support it, and they can come out with excuse price is high and stuff like that. Now I don't believe in if you create a business and you send me some fake stuff or terrible service, I'm not going to patronize even if you're my parents. But if you come out with something that is ethical, right, and the service is good, if you're my road dog, think about it this way: I rather want Julian to make the money off me because I rather have him succeed because I know about him. I rather want him win than to go somewhere else and give them a money that I have no any tie. And so our issue is this: because we don't support our own, and everybody's I'm not alone in this thing. We don't support our own because it has to be right. It has to be, maybe I need a hookup, you know, I need this deal, you know, and stuff like that. But you can't run a business with hookups, right? You just can't do that. It's a business. If it's fair, if the product is good, the service is good, and even they make a little bit, because I know him, I will spend the money. He doesn't have to be my best friend. That's, you see, I can separate the two. He doesn't have to be my best friend. And I can have best friends that's going to open a business. And if it's crappy service, crappy stuff, I'm going to tell you, buddy, if you want me to really spend my money here, I think so you gotta elevate your game a little bit. So I can separate the two. So I don't I don't have a problem, like say if I come with a product and a friend is benefited, I don't have a problem with that, because I'd rather have the people
Answer?
I know benefit than the people I don't know.
Wait, can I ask you this question?
Go ahead.
Okay, so like, the question, okay, again, man, like for example, my brother is black, and me and my brother can do things together all the time because like he's my brother, and like I know how he does his things. You know what I'm saying? I think it's all about the mindset. Like I think some people have said already. It's all about what you guys are trying to achieve. You know what I'm saying? And if people are willing to put in the work to get the same goal, it always works out. You know what I'm saying? Black, white, orange, purple. If the people have the same mindset, it's going to work together. You know what I'm saying? But when people have other alternative motives, or when someone feels like they're getting played a
Good
fool,
point.
or someone's getting feel like they're getting taken advantage of, then it's a cat and mouse game. You know what I'm saying? It becomes like, okay, he did this to me, so I'm gonna do this to him, and then instead of getting on focus on the goal, you're more focused on something else that's not part of what's going on. You see,
Yeah.
if if you deviate from what you're trying to do and it becomes extracurricular activities and it's not about business, I told you said focus on a business, then keep it business. Then you know what I'm saying. Keep the personal issues out of the way.
Ouch,
I feel
ouch.
that as people of color, we can't deviate between the two. You know what I'm saying? If I have a problem with you, I'm bringing that to the workplace or I'm bringing that to the business. And that's the problem, Like,
Great
I don't have
points.
to like you to do business with you, like you said, Tony. But at the same time, I gotta be able to put those dislikes and those hatred away.
That's maturity. That's maturity, though.
Yeah,
That's maturity.
I,
Like,
I know, but listen, but again, I think sometimes as people of color, people are very emotional. You know what I'm saying? And I think people take things very personal,
Good point.
so it's hard to deviate from the two. See, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
correct.
For example, if my boss, if I'm dealing with someone that's a racist, but we're in it to make money, I'm gonna have to be able to look beyond his racism to be able to work with him. If I can't do that, then it's not gonna work. And that's the problem when it comes to business. When you're not on the same page and you can't take the personal issue out of business. Business is business and personal is personal. You have to learn that, or it never works out.
Awesome.
All right, and I think we're all making really good points here. I feel like what we're saying, right? Like what what makes us not be able to work together, um, is one, right? As Black people, right? Especially Black people, in the diaspora, right? Where we are quote unquote the minority, right? When you know that everyone is looking, you know, to you as lesser than, right? And you find a collective of people who you think, you know, um, are, or will tout that they have the same mindset as you, right? You would hope that, you know, that is like, you know, this is my crew. We straight. We're doing this business together, and we're getting things done. Result is important, right? That was one of the things where I said, like, you know, as
Great points.
if if the person that was in the group to begin with deviates from vision, they don't belong in a group anymore, right? Like, and I'm not saying that as soon as they do it the first time, they're cut, right? If it becomes habitual that
Good point.
all they care about is themselves, all they care about is not team focused, then they're no longer part of the team. Now, Tony, let me ask this question. You said you and your partner have been working 10 years, you've never been to their house, right?
Hmm.
I get it. You're trying to separate business from pleasure, right?
No,
That's
that's
good.
not what I said.
That's good. Now, say it again.
I said that's not what I said.
Okay, what did you say?
I'm saying he's able to separate, quote unquote,
Hmm.
me not being to his house. Like somebody may say, I don't care about him.
Hmm.
But 10 years,
Hmm.
10 years,
Hmm.
this, remember, 10 years, we've never had any issue. I
Hmm.
don't know. I've never been with anybody 10 years without any issue,
Hmm.
right? In that time, there's enough caring.
Hmm.
Somebody can hold one particular thing.
Hmm.
Like if, let's say, 2Gs come to Ghana for a month
Hmm.
and we hang out one time,
Hmm.
right? He could be like, man, Tony's tripping.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Some people are like that, and it's
Hmm.
not that person. You see, it's not that. He's
Hmm.
busy. He's there. He's busy,
Hmm.
right? And we may hang out 2 or 3 times. The most we've hang out what 2 or 3 times, 2Gs, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
he's busy all over the place,
Yeah.
and I
And
don't take it personal. He doesn't
no,
take it personal.
and I agree with that, right? We're not there to steal time from someone else, right? If we're talking about working together as a collective, right? Then we're not talking about being busy elsewhere,
No,
right?
no, but I'm saying that
We're
that's
on
what
mission.
accountability comes in. Accountability comes in, right?
Yeah.
Which is I so the discipline, the focus thing is this thing. When you say result, I care about the result. Okay. When I'm result oriented, I'm looking at capabilities of people that get the tax done, not necessarily the relationship, right? Not because what is usually sometimes happens, you focus on the relationship. The relationship is important. It makes it easier to
Hmm.
function in the group.
Hmm.
But when you have people, I can tell there's a lot of people that work together and they don't hang out.
I no,
But when they come
no.
to work,
I I
they
I
don't get a thing done.
There's no pushback from me on that at all. But I'm gonna ask you a personal question.
Sure,
10 years you've been with your partner.
correct.
This last time you were in Ghana, you were there for what, a couple months?
2 months. Yep.
Did your partner ever come to your house?
Yeah, he came to my house a couple of times.
But you've never been to
Business.
his house.
No business.
So you
Business.
can't go to his house to do business?
No, it's
He
not I
always has to
can't
come
go
to
to his
you?
house. No, no, no. It's not he has to come to me. Is that is not how it works.
Okay.
Because sometimes, okay, sometimes you need to pick up something. We're doing something for somebody on this platform. He has to pick
Hmm.
a document,
Okay.
right? It's easier, the
Mhm.
route.
Okay.
So the route.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to go home in that kind of way. And it's not necessarily that I don't want to go to his house. I'm using that as a point that somebody may use
Hmm.
that I don't care about him, right?
Hmm.
He knows. So he knows that this 10 years of relationship,
Hmm.
there's more care both ways.
Hmm.
There's more care both ways. But at any point, anybody can pick one thing, one thing that they can say, you are come to your house all the time. You don't come to my house. And that's what I'm trying to say is that sometimes people let these things undermine the big picture. What is the big picture of our employment? You know, to people build our real estate. That's the big picture. Everything else must work through this framework,
But
right? We hang out, we go line. But it's not my buddy that I call him in the evening and we go hang out. No, we it's not like that. But I
but
care about the dude. I mean, I care about him more than anybody in Ghana,
now
right?
but
I
So
think
then,
that I think that we should be able to also define what a team is about. Okay, and sometimes we get you get pushed into oh, your brotherhood, your brothers. Sometimes it's not so. Maybe within the group or within the team, there'll be sub teams where actually
Great
you
points.
find brothers or you find sisters. Okay, but maybe for A and B, they're going to be business partners. That's it.
Hmm.
You sell
mhm,
cement, I buy cement from you. That's it. I need some drawings, I get the drawings from you. That's it. But maybe E and F in the same group might be buddies. So um, and then you also have some people will have weird interests. You have to deal with that too. You know, some people will want to, you know, take advantage of you. You know, so we have to, and we have to. I'm saying that as a people, we are not able to develop groups very well. We have to build groups very well. But when we start accepting everybody and the way they understand how they want to be in the team, okay, then we can still maintain the team,
But
you know,
Nayo,
but we might not operate together as a team. You understand? Because maybe when I
No,
go to
but
Ghana,
if the
when
team
I
is
go to
not
Ghana,
operating together as a team, then you don't need a team.
but not,
because let me say this. Let me finish this. Because when I go to Ghana, maybe I want to hang out with Eric because we want to go to church. But not maybe no, not everybody in this group wants to go to church. You know, some people want to go and drink. Some people want to go to club. You know, maybe I don't go to club, but we can find other things and do together. We can go build some houses. Together. So that is what I'm trying to say.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So okay, so when it comes to like okay, so I think this thing about like you said something that kind of made me like not laugh, but it's kind of amusing in a way. Where you said that take advantage. You know what I'm saying? And I think that in every single time, human nature, if you give someone the opportunity to take advantage of you, they'll take that advantage. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's just
Good point.
like the human aspect of, you know what I'm saying. If you are, like where I'm from, like South Florida, if you give someone an inch, they're gonna take a mile from you. You know what I'm saying? Because you leaving yourself open. So this whole thing about like
Great points.
teamwork and like taking advantage of somebody. Oh man, people are gonna take advantage if you give them the opportunity to do that. Even in a relationship, you know, if a lady sees that the husband is like better, you know what I'm saying?
Time out, sir. Time out, sir.
Good point.
If your goal is to take advantage of people, you're sick.
No,
Okay.
no, 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 no.
In
I'm
the
not
team,
saying.
in the
Listen,
team.
listen,
No,
listen,
you're
listen.
talking about if all you do in a relationship is to take advantage of, and maybe you do once or twice, okay, and then you are called and you apologize.
And
You need to
3Gs,
stop.
you can come in after, please.
No,
You need to
but
stop.
no, no,
If because you
no,
think
no,
because you're thinking a human being and it's human nature, and so you're going to be taking advantage of people,
no,
you
no,
are sick. There's something
no.
wrong with you.
Let me explain something. What I'm
Something
saying.
wrong.
I didn't say that what you're doing is right. Did I say that? But I'm saying
No,
if you give someone an inch, they're gonna take a
no,
mile, man.
no,
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 but
no.
no, no,
Julian,
no.
Julian,
It,
I think that is fair.
when you are grown
Now,
ups in a team, when you are grown ups in a team, you should know. You should know that you don't take advantage of people.
No,
You
that's
but
should.
I
that's
think.
true, and I
Listen,
believe that too.
You should know.
but
Like
I
you
believe
see,
that too. But I also believe protect yourself at all times. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should you should always be looking out for yourself.
No, no,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no,
Some people, some
Julian,
people,
Julian,
some
Julian,
people,
listen,
some
2Gs, come
people,
in.
some
You're
people,
right, pass.
some people
Julian,
cannot look out for themselves because it's
exactly,
all they respect
exactly.
you, they
Some
respect
people
you, they
might come
trust
in,
you, they don't have experience in what
exactly.
we are
But
doing,
trust
and
no
there's
one.
no, no, no,
No,
but
you see,
no,
no, but you
and
see,
so
but that's the
then
thing. You see, Julian, for you, right? It might be easy to say that because, like you said, where you from, right? In South Florida, that's the norm. You leave yourself open, someone will stab you,
Yeah.
right? Someone might not be from South Florida, and maybe they are used to trusting people that they think they are in brotherhood with, right? So they will come in open. They're not willing to be taken advantage of, but someone sees their vulnerability and say, you know what, I'll take out. That's to me, that's not nice, right?
I
I'm not
agree.
saying,
Listen,
and I'm hoping that
2Gs,
if that happens to
what
you,
do you think
hold
after
on,
Eric?
hold
hold
on.
After
on.
If,
Hold
if,
on.
I would think that if that happens to you and you're smart enough, you wouldn't let it happen twice. I hope
Obviously,
so.
yeah, yeah. But listen. Where we come from in Ghana, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think when like learning, like you know what I'm saying. If you from Ghana culture, if you give yourself if you yourself open, people are gonna take advantage all the time. So growing up, I learned that okay, you know what I'm saying. I gotta be smart enough to like you know what's the ulterior motive of someone. You know what I'm saying? What am I willing to do and what am I not willing to do? What kind of
Mhm.
stuff am I willing to take? Am I willing to
Julian,
take? You know what I'm saying?
Julian, Julian,
It's all about lifestyle.
we're talking about building in Ghana, right? Listen, it's
Even building.
it's a difficult venture. It's something that is complex. Okay, you're dealing with different variables in this building in Ghana thing. Okay,
I understand
and
that.
What do you mean building?
and so
Building in Ghana means like
and
building a
so
house or
Wait,
I'm
building?
building a house, moving back, all these things. So people, how did we get to know Tony? Tony started a YouTube channel. Now, when you start listening to people, they become like a godfather to you. You're taking information from you. They're giving
not
you,
not really.
information here and there. Listen, this is how people you trust people. That's what I'm saying.
But
They
how
become
can you
an
trust someone? But how can you trust
wait,
someone on
hold
YouTube?
on, hold on. You hold on. Okay, let me make a point. So they become an opinion leader to you. Okay, all right. So they trust you. They join your team. Okay. So when you run them to the ground, that is not. Then don't tell me. Don't tell me. Oh, you're supposed to know. No, these people are people who will trust you. So I just brought that as an example. You
But
understand
now
what I'm saying?
y'all, but now
So
y'all,
so
but can
I agree with you. Everybody should have some information before they go to other people to help them. But I'm saying that if you're all self-seeking, you're all seeking your interest in a group, then you shouldn't be in a group. Don't call it the brother group. Don't be brotherhood or
but now y'all,
sisterhood. Yeah,
but now listen. If I meet someone on
Julian,
YouTube,
last one, then 2G is coming. We don't
listen.
want to be.
If
We
I
got
meet
to get
someone
it.
on YouTube, I'm not gonna be like taking down everything they say as a grain of salt. Like I
we
just
we're
never
all
ever.
different. We're all different.
I know, but the thing is, but this I think it's kind of common sense. I meet someone on YouTube, I'm not gonna believe everything they tell me, man. I don't know these people like that.
Julian, if you show your
Yeah,
house,
it's because you have South Florida in your DNA.
if you show your house to people, they'll start trusting you. If you show your house to people and you tell
How?
people and
How
you
do
to
I
tell
know?
people
2G, what do you think?
and you,
What
and
do you
you
think?
tell
I'm gonna
people
mute
to
you guys. 2G,
bring
what do you think?
money
Why can't
for you to build them the same house, they'll trust you. Julian.
Now,
hey
listen.
2G, Julian? That's it. 2G. Why can't black people work together collectively? You can see we are working very well here. I mean, what is going on? Uh,
I mean,
why? What is the issue? What's the thing we can't figure this out. Indians go to every country. Even with their card system, they figure the shit out, and they do well in Canada, UK, everywhere they go, they're able to understand what time it is, and
right.
and and hone down and build something, and then get power. What is it with us that we need picking and all this stuff? And stuff like that. So what is it with us? How do you see it?
I think it's a mindset. It's a mindset, and you're always product of your environment, right? Just because we're black, it doesn't mean like we still have different backgrounds. I mean, compared to the Indians, I think their culture is also huge. I mean, look at Ghana for example. Small country like Ghana, how many tribes, how many languages, right?
Mhm.
So all that
Great
plays part.
points.
Each culture has its own way of doing things, and just like I mean, look at Julian in South Florida. So it's a different mindset. But at the end of the day, like I always say, man, every black man ain't my brother, and every white man ain't my enemy, right? Because we can, but most people, most black people mindset just doesn't click. That I mean, we just like Kennedy Japan said, like black man is just bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not in those terms, but like majority of black people mindset is just off, man. I mean, it's just me keeping it 100 because I mean, workplace, you name it, man. It's always you put a black
Great points.
manager ahead of the workplace. I'm sorry, but
Destroy
about
everything.
90% of them will run their company down in the drain, man. Mess around with a chick in the office and you know, giving bonuses to people who not
Good
definitely
point.
worth it, compared to, when you put a Caucasian man, yes, they will do it, but at the same time, they will make sure that you getting paid and, they kind of move a little bit. I see like they move more carefully and we move a little bit more kind of, careless a little bit. I mean, that I think it's just our nature, man. We just grimy
Self-respect.
sometimes, we just, selfish and I mean, look at the
Mhm.
country. Look at West Africa. Compared to
Great
like
points.
Egypt and Morocco and all these places that has lighter skin, and even look at the darker skin countries. I mean, we ain't got to tell you, but look at the presidents. Look at what happened in Guinea. It's greed, man.
That's right.
He want to change things and make it his way. He wants his people to lead. And look what happened with Haiti. And we are just greedy. I think we should just accept it. We are just greedy. We're not built to be fair.
Share. Yep. You're
We're
right.
not we're not we're not built to look out like the white man.
Hmm.
We're not built to actually dream beyond the current moment.
Yeah.
When you
So
when you
then,
get them.
Eugene, I mean, what like so then, if that's the case, which I think the evidence suggests support what you're saying, then it's a team becomes necessary because if we know the result, we know the outcomes, right? The outcomes of how we are. When I say how, all black people, the propensity to destroy each other, the envy, the jealousy is unparalleled. It's incredible. Then putting a team together, knowing these variables, is it a smart move?
Absolutely. Let me tell you why. You to me, it's like trying to find like the dream girl. You may have to date couple to actually find the one to put the ring on, right? Just because one or two or three or four doesn't work out, it doesn't mean you stop over there.
Hmm.
You have to keep going. I've been jerked a couple of times trying to build in Ghana. I never stopped. I kept going. So
Did we
you,
jerk you? Just to make sure.
yeah, I mean the first move I
No, I said,
made.
did we jerk you like my
Oh,
team?
oh no,
You
no,
did.
no, no, no. I'm
If
talking
we do
about this
something,
is
you
when
just put it out there,
this
okay?
is like
And
years.
I'm
No, no,
looking,
no, you
and
guys.
I'm looking online for
Oh
anybody
no,
that
no,
will
no.
come and say Tony's team ripped them off. Let me know.
Oh no, no.
Just in case it's out
This is
there,
my
okay?
own family that jerked me, man.
All right.
And so this go back to black people trying to work together, right? But it doesn't mean that you give up, right? It just to me, I feel like it takes us longer to actually build a team compared to like the Indians and the Caucasians and other culture. And I think that's what we need to accept. I'm not saying it's not doable. Absolutely it is. It just takes us longer. And by the time you get the team of five that are loyal, that are compassionate, that just ready to move just
75.
like you are, you done been through hell and back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Compared to, a lot of Caucasian, one or two or three, boom, they starting a business and they're putting, the team ahead of the everybody. But with us, you run into people that want to put themselves first before the team, and then next thing you know, you done started the team with a guy, but he run around telling people he owns it. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, yeah.
And so it's selfish, man. Greed and everything is about.
I think
Then Ajia will bring you in after Eric.
yeah, I think G's makes a lot of solid points, right? And like some of these things are historical, right? When you know that someone is trying to steal food from under you, right? You end up being guarded, right? And it's kind of sad that that mindset needs to change, and we're still there. We are too busy trying to eat the first meal we get, the first opportunity. We're trying to eat the largest muscle we can take out, right? Instead of saying that, you know what, I figured out a way to eat, right? Let me do this and do it well, so everybody knows how to come to me to get that job done because I do it well, better than anyone else, right?
It's not even about. It's not even about like figuring it out, like how to eat, right? Like when you start something and with a team, you expect it to reach a certain level, which is not overnight, of course, right?
Hmm.
And just like investing, you can invest 50 grand in Apple, like, oh, guess what? We just hit 70, so let's take it out, right? Meanwhile, guess what? The team is looking at 5 years. But just because you got 6 months and you made 20, you're like, come on, man, let's take it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we let you go, and then 5 years from now, we all sit on a million.
That's
See,
right.
we look at instead of actually looking at the long term and the bigger price, most black people look at today.
That's what I was.
That's right.
That's
That's what I was
facts.
saying, right?
One more thing, and then I'll bring Ajay. Two just remember that deal we almost made, and we asked some questions,
I,
and they back out, right? So So that's the thing. Ajay, what do you think? Please, we haven't. Sorry for not getting. We kind of
Florida and Texas.
yeah, I know, right?
Welcome to the
Those
soul.
resting, those
Welcome to the
resting.
soul.
I haven't said anything yet.
Yeah,
Don't
I know,
leave
but
me now.
let's bring the lady of the house, and then you can get all the time you need, Alex. Ajay, please take it.
Alex, you've been sleeping.
I'm just listening to you guys and learning more about this because keeping the concept of keeping business and personal relationship is very I experienced both sides. Keeping a business and keeping personal relationship personal. None of it worked for me. So I'm
Mm.
not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, I did
Good
business
point.
with a family member. The concept of black mind is take. So what I
Mm.
experienced is
Great
okay. I'm
points.
going to make my own experience here. When I went to my when I
Mhm.
take my business back home
That.
to my family, it's everybody's like, let me take mine before it's finished.
Mhm.
Mm.
Instead of coming collectively and working
Shots
together,
fired!
instead of coming collectively and work together and build something, maybe the whole family will benefit. So well, the whole family will benefit in the long run. So nobody was able to see that. Everybody was okay. I'll take mine before it's finished. And nobody is telling on anybody because it's like, okay, you did it too, so let me do mine. You take so let me. Everybody is just taking what they can, and then I also had a relationship with somebody else who's not part of my family, and I built the same working relationship, and I managed to make it also personal because I got involved with his parents, his brothers. I know everything about his family. I know not everything, but I know a lot about the whole family. But then that kind of work, the business didn't work at the long run, but it worked better with somebody that I didn't know that it works with my own
Good
family.
point.
So I'm still not sure about how this works. I don't know.
Are we doing okay with you, Haja?
So far, yes, you're doing great with
Good. So far, we're doing okay. We're doing
yeah.
just making
Wait,
sure.
what does that even mean? I'm confused here.
What? Huh?
Wait a minute, are we doing okay? What is that? What are you referring to?
No, because no, I'm saying like we're doing some things for her. So I'm saying just to make sure. And if you're not happy with anything, you can let me know. Just making sure.
You can be sure of
Alex. All right,
Yes,
Alex, take it
sir.
over, man. Take it over. Sorry.
Listen, I wasn't going to say anything, but
I like this.
I I think as a group we need to know when to speak about certain things. This kind of went a little left. Okay, I'm gonna point it out. I'm not gonna hide from
Great
it. But
points.
when we come to the show, there are certain things we talk about. We stick to those topics. If there's issue,
Good point.
that needs to be handled in a different way, and and not in the manner that it just went the last 30, 45 minutes, whatever it was. Okay. Um,
Any
I'm not gonna.
specific?
No, I'm not stupid. It's not any
Great
specific,
point.
but the way the conversation was going, you
Okay.
know. Um, Look, I'm in my 40s. Okay, I'm not gonna say. I'm just saying I wasn't gonna say anything, but I'm just letting you guys know, right? We stick with what needs to be talked about. Anything personal should be handled personally.
Good point.
You
Business is
know,
business.
business is
That's right.
business,
Business. Yep.
and
Prove it's not true.
what you say, Julian?
So we just proved that that's not the truth, isn't it? Right? Like I said before, all the
Yeah.
time.
I
Great
That
mean,
was
points.
good stuff, man.
but I'm just saying though, so we're all grown, right? We have some stuff to discuss. I just feel like it went left field for a minute. Okay. So whatever that means, you're smart enough. Use your brains, right? That's why God gave you those brains. Use them. All right. Peace.
Sound good. Oh, are you gone?
In a minute, you're about to
Oh,
end it,
okay.
right?
All right. If that's your input, okay. Let's see. Any final thoughts? 1 minute each, I think, 2 minutes each, about any of the four topics.
Uh,
And then we just call it a day.
like I like to say like one thing. I think I would go like when it comes to working with people, I really don't look at skin color, but I work with black people that are excellent at what they do, and I had everything that went well. And another thing is that I think that like, what Alex said is true. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep business with business and personal, and let's keep it to the script. I think it's kind of like weird when it gets out of hand a little bit. But I will say is that when I say some people take advantage, the reason why I say that is because like building in Ghana, I learned that if I give my workers an inch, they will take a mile. So I do. So when I say that, I want to clarify when I say that is
Good
that
point.
like you know what I mean. Human beings are human beings, and like I just don't like for me like how we grew up. We just know that okay, you don't trust anyone, and you always double check and triple check everything. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that, keep that in mind. That's how we
Great point.
grow up, and I always have the army, so I don't let anyone take advantage. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like if they get a chance, they will. So when I say that, understand that it's not like I'm taking advantage of someone else because I don't do those things. But I always have to have the mindset that if the person next to me might be able to do that kind of thing. So I had to have that. Okay, what's the interest or why you want me to do something you want me to do? So that's all I have to say about that.
All right. And I'll piggyback on that, and I'll stay on this question right here. Um, I I want us as Black people to excel, right? Um, and like Julian said, right? One thing Julian said to me a while ago, which was super smart, was on his project, he doesn't work by stage; he works by day, right? So if just because you came on to work on my foundation, something doesn't go right, doesn't mean I'll let you keep working on it, right? While we're doing that, I'm hoping that we're building teams,
Good
right?
point.
We're building teams that will end like the vision is this, right? If I'm building a project in Ghana, I'm building a team that will build a project for me. The vision is to have a complete house, right? So as we go along, we're going to see people who fit and people who don't, right? I have a strong feeling that this
Great
is
point.
something that we as Black people have the capacity to do. We are not stupid, right? We have the capacity to do this. We just need to have the final goal as like see the big picture, right? And that is what a lot of times we don't do because you might have a steel bender, for example, right? Who will say, oh, you know what? We're gonna go buy 10 tons of iron rod, so I'm gonna, do my because they won't know. Meanwhile, doing that might end up shortchanging the budget for the project, and then the project halts. Now you don't have food to put on the table the next day, right? I feel like we can work together as a collective, but there are some things, right, that we need to do to make things go the right way. Excellence doesn't have a color; it's a mindset, right? I There are some things that I don't like when we put color tags to it because it makes it as if we have to do extra work to get there. The white man is not special, right? They're not special. They just know how
Good
to do
point.
things and they've done it so often and for so long in a developed manner that it works. We can get there. We have individuals who have seen. I have people who I've talked to, right? Every single person on this panel, we spend time together for a reason. We have the capability to be a force that people can reckon with. Let's do it. Let's forget about this. We're not built out like the white man. Yes, we might not have the experience that they have, but we have the mindset. We have the fortitude. I don't think there's any other race on this planet that can endure what the black man has endured. There hasn't been one historically. So why can't we use that to our advantage? That's all I got.
Because most people like it's to me. See, it's like going to Ghana and having like a great idea, even if you propose to even fix the road to the house, there's going to be some idiot who's going to come out of nowhere who's going to stop you. Why? Because
Great points.
his job is to eat off the potholes. If you fix the road, how he's going to eat? How he gonna stand in the corner with the dirt when he begging? Like you gonna put him out of work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can have all the wonderful mindset you can have in the world, but it is always going to be somebody up there whose job is to knock you off. You know, years ago, I took some investors to Ghana. We were trying to, get like 200 acres and start like a rice farming and. So they can stop importing rice from overseas. And I met with some top people, and they're like, yo, some people make money off importing rice from overseas. So what you trying to say? You're going to put them out of work. And guess who's making this money when they import the rice? The top people. And these are the top people that's going to give you the green light. So I don't look, all you can do is play your part. Just like Tony got a trash can in his house. You can get one too. You can put one in front of your house.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When the ice cream man is the pure water people buy it, they see the dumpster, you just put a big old sign on it. I put a trash can in front of my house some time ago. The following day, that trash can was missing. You know what I'm saying? Does that mean I should go buy another one?
And I'm gonna tell you something. You can put it to it.
You get what I'm saying? And then you have this wonderful idea. You want them to stop throwing trash on the street, but guess what? Somebody will pick up your trash can, went and sold it for $1. So at the end of the day, it's like each person is for themselves, man.
Yeah,
and that's just how the game goes. It's like you take
it goes.
You take it. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty sad, though.
I'm going to be out there,
man. You
like
live in the reality.
I got my water. Right. I'm going to get on my solar, and I ain't got to worry about whether the light is off or it ain't. I just feel bad for the poor that can't afford the things I'm doing. But at the end of the day, guess what? It's their own. And I know, Eric, you probably feel. Look, at the end of the day, as a white man that got on that ship that came to Africa and took people here. Africans had the same opportunity, the same ocean to hop on that ship and come out here and bring white people to Ghana too.
That's right.
It's just facts. You know what I'm saying? If you listen, man, it's 2021. They are still sleeping in the dark. If the light goes off, you come outside, mosquitoes push you back inside. It's 2021. It's 2021, and your grandparents are still sitting in the bush cocoa with the knife going pop, 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 and they chopping up their fingers like every month. Meanwhile, the white man Chinese man just found out about cocoa. Now he's standing there with just one drop, and then all of a sudden the machine done chopped everything up. But yet your grandfather's still sitting in the same bush that the great grandfather used to doing the exact same thing with a knife, going like this, going like this.
Great points.
So at the end of the day, it's either we accept it or we don't, yo. Listen, it is what it is. The brain is slow, and we have everything. Yeah, they have planted gold all over the damn place, but guess what? They don't know how to process the gold. The brain is not there to process the gold. You got diamonds and all that. At the end of the day, I gave a coconut seller $10. He can look at me and give the $10 back to me. He wanted me to give him one city.
Because to go to the black market is too much work.
See, that's our answer right there. You know what I mean? We want shortcut. We are greedy. If it ain't right now, we don't want it.
Yeah,
we don't have the patience.
That's crazy.
Go to the next step.
But that's not everyone, though.
That's I think we're just being generally speaking here,
majority of people, man.
No,
majority of people think right now. They don't think about the future. That is the reason why you can trade in an old beat up pickup truck and get a land. Where can you trade in a pickup truck in America and get a land? And then guess what? 3 months later, that pickup truck broke down because the road is crappy, and now you got to land, and that truck is now sitting on the roadside, and you drive past it every day to your land.
And if you don't have foundation, or wall up, they sell the land to someone else. Another pickup truck.
Yo, majority. I'm not saying all, but majority of people mindset is messed up bad.
Yeah.
It's facts. We need to accept it. These are the same people that sit there and think there's like wisdom in eating or tree bean and all this stuff. Like, come on, let's keep it
But
100, yo.
two G's. That is not. I used to think,
Man,
not Julian.
like
What are you saying?
what I'll say is,
Right.
man, I don't know what type of people like. I don't hang around people like maybe like I don't hang around people like that. But like when I'm growing up, we like this type of thinking was never part of our thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like we never accepted like this type of mediocrity. But I guess that's what the common people may think. But like I don't hang around people like or like that type of like behavior. You know what I'm saying? For
Oh,
example,
you hang with people like that.
no.
You mean like people that accept
Listen,
things
dude,
the way
I
they are,
I know
or
two people that you hang around like that.
I don't hang around them. Okay.
I know two people that hang around like that
if you in Ghana,
What I'm
in
saying,
Ghana. In Ghana.
what I'm saying is this: you said something. If the pothole guy, you want to go do something, someone's gonna say they're not gonna let you do it because that's how they eat. When I was building my house, people said they want to let me build my house, but I still built my house. I think it's all about the mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's obstacles in the way, but if you want to do something, you can do it. If you want to go build a rice farm, if you really want to do it, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? So
see,
No, but
that's not you
when it
missing
comes
the
to
point.
export, when
You're
it comes
missing
to
the point.
export, if they're not gonna give you, they're not gonna register the company, have you export, you can't do
you can
nothing.
register. Listen. There's ways you can
You
register
can
the
export
company.
that stuff.
If you listen. If you have what it takes to register the company, you can register the company. Trust me. Anything you want, got it.
They ain't gonna
You can
let you
get it.
do it, man. I'm telling you,
Listen.
they're not gonna let
Right.
you
Like,
do
I
it.
don't know why you like it seems like you don't know that there are actually people that need to give you green light before you can actually build a road.
I'm not saying that it's not a green light, but I'm saying there's
No,
it,
like if that pothole dude that stand on the corner goes to the king or whoever, the assemblyman in the area, and he present his case, you don't think that assemblyman can come to me and be like, homeboy, listen, you're gonna have to hold off a little bit. And if he
Yeah.
tells me to hold off, what power? You tell him I should just go ahead and do it. It doesn't work like that.
No,
I
it
didn't
doesn't
say
work like that. You
that's
can
not
do that.
did I say
You,
that? Listen, so the guy told you him, oh, it tells him something. I can go and tell him something else. There's a way of bargaining something out. You know what I'm saying? There's ways of getting things done. That's what I'm trying to make. That's the
no,
only
no, no,
point.
no, no. Listen, this is a fact. You can control certain things, and certain things you can't control it.
Right.
Because one, you need two things: muscle or money. If
Yeah,
they say they ain't gonna let you, some areas you can go buy land. If they say you ain't gonna build,
You're
when
not
you
gonna
start build,
build.
let's see what I'm gonna see.
You're
but
not gonna
Right?
build.
you said
That's what
something.
it is.
You have money.
It's like America, right? If you want to do something to your house, what you gotta do? You gotta pull a permit. You gotta get HOA permission. You can't do what you want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No one said.
So you can only control. Okay, so Ajia, please
Oh,
go. The
my
guys,
God.
okay. What do you think? A wrap up in any of the four topics I think we talked about.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go with this one. Working together sounds collectively sounds very beautiful to me. That's what I want. But I mean, the obstacles are there, guys. The obstacles are there, definitely.
Reality.
We just need to push through. We just need to, bite the bullet and go out there and push back. We get to push and we push back until we see what we want to see. And yeah, that's all I need to say.
You can
And
push
then
all you want, but
and
there's always somebody above
Yeah,
that needs to accept that proposal before anything can happen. You
yeah.
cannot just go in and build a house when
No one's saying that. Okay, okay,
Julian, it's okay. Nanaya, you go. Julian, this
bro, man.
this
I,
Florida, the
I
Santos
don't know.
people.
I don't know if it's wishful thinking, but I feel like if we form stronger teams, we can get a lot done. Okay, we can get a lot done. Stronger teams with serious goals. You know,
Good point.
because I don't see myself as a midget. I don't see myself as an ant. I can pull the resources. You can pull the resources. We can go do big things. After building houses, we can start doing big things. But it's important that we understand what teams we're building and and how strong the team is. And so, Alex, nobody wants to pick a fight, but if we're going to be talking about building teams, we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to go, talk behind closed doors. We're gonna have to solve the conflicts. You know, if we see if something wrong, we gotta have to talk about it. Okay, so that's what I think. But mostly, we're able to do these things because somebody got pissed off, and everybody goes this way. Nobody says anything. Meanwhile, there is that potential in all of us that we can do something great, but we allow the pettiness to destroy and to disintegrate us. So that's my 2 cents.
Okay,
No,
all
I'm
right.
not.
All
I'm.
right.
I'm not. I'm
Go
not
ahead.
saying don't talk. I'm not by any way saying don't talk. I'm saying where and when.
Hmm.
I mean, we have other platforms. Anything can be discussed, but I think this was not the place for
Good
whatever it is
point.
that we want to talk about. That's all I'm saying. We can talk. I'm not
Well,
shy from talking. If something is in me and I need to say, I ain't afraid of nobody. You know, that's I shine for you, man. Zungu.
Great
I
points.
don't care.
well,
Zabarma.
hey,
I
one of the
just said it
things,
earlier. Zabarma.
one of the things,
So
one of the things that I like, this it should be fluid. It shouldn't be static. It shouldn't be rehearsed. You know, so let the people watch the conflict. You
no,
know.
no, no. It's not about rehearsal. I mean, there's a time and place. That's all I'm saying.
Mm,
I think what I'm trying to say is if I have something with you, I'm not going to be discussing that stuff with you on the show. I'm coming to you in a different manner,
Good point.
on a personal base, because I may not know any beef. Julia may not know anything. Haja may not know anything. So it throw people off. You get my point? So that's all I'm saying. I think we have another platform that we have everyone's number on that we can call each other and put that agenda on the platform. And then, we go about it. That's all I'm saying. You know, um,
great point.
I mean, for what it's worth, I just saw some things and, you know, I had to, say my opinion about those things. Some certain things need to stay away, time and place. I agree with what you're saying, but I'm just saying time and place. That's it.
Alex for president. So what was I gonna say? No, it brings me like I think today's topic actually maybe I added one or two, but it's like a nice topic, I believe, right? Um, and so Alex, I get your point, and I go back to what I was saying is even it is very for somebody who has played all team sports, from nobody on the team to the superstar on the team, I can't I can deal with because the idea that everybody is going to be on the same page and agree with everything, it's not possible. You don't even agree with your spouse most of the time, right? So it's
Facts.
not possible. The question
Facts.
becomes, right? The question becomes, the key thing is, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? Maybe you have a great input, it was not taken. But does that mean that it got to be something that derails the cause? Maybe it was not taken now. Maybe the leader, once they smack their face on the head, they can come back and say, okay, oh, this person made a point,
Mm.
right? But if you have to satisfy the group all the time, get everybody on board, you're not gonna move because at a certain point, you don't, we're not 22 years old. You got to get stuff done. So as long as the thing is moving, I don't care even if it's all my idea or zero idea. If
Mhm.
progress is progress, that's how I see it. Progress is progress. I like the result so much that even if they take zero my ideas and the outcome works, I'm satisfied with that. If they take all my ideas and it doesn't work, I don't like that, right? And so it's about being able to separate this thing, and that's what um you know. I When I went to Ghana, there's one week that I was on a table with highly super successful people, and I thought the ego was going to come in, and there was no ego. It was probably one of the best time I've had with a group of people that most of them are meeting for the first time. And it's like I'm like, man, this is how it needs to be. It's like sometimes it's like it doesn't have to be, if they don't take my point and they do stuff. So it's kind of like stuff like that. And that is what we collectively, that is the problem, that we can't get over this thing, because the result should be important than the process. Okay. And if we focus on the result, I'm all result. Like that's what I said. I can deal with somebody I don't like. But if the thing is going to get us the goal, I'm all with it. I'm all with it. But if I like you and we can get stuff done, that particular thing that we need to get done while we form the group to be, then it's counterproductive, because at the end of the day, it to me is the results. The result is what should matter. Because in between that, even within the group, you have your clique, you have your friends, Alex, in teams, you see it all the time. But the cliques are going to form, that is fine. People vibe with people differently. That's okay. But as long as there's no sabotaging in the group, then there should be room for people to, have their besties, but also work well together when it needs to work well together. And after we get off the program, or you get off the thing, people can go and have their own besties. And that to me, that is how I've always functioned, right? I don't want the little things that you spend in time. That's why I say I deal with my business partner for 10 years, no conflict, because sometimes he says something, I say, let's run with it. Sometimes I say something and it doesn't work. So at the end of the day, we're moving forward. We're getting the goals accomplished. That's what matters. It's not about who necessarily has to be right all the time, because it's not, to me, it's not personal. Competition is great, but when you're a team, you shouldn't compete in a team. You should
Yeah,
compete with
I, I
everybody else.
I agree with you, and I'll say that for if we're building a team, right? I hope that for whatever we're working towards, we have a mission statement, right? And as long as we're not deviating from the mission statement, you're right? We're saying we have to go to, the mission is we need to go to Accra, right? We are in Kumasi right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone else can say, oh, let's go pass through Obuasi before we go. Someone else will say, no, let's go the direct route through Sawam, right?
Mhm.
All will get you to Accra. It's still the mission statement. There might be differences, but as long as we're not deviating from mission, that should be okay.
Yeah, but somebody say I suggest Obuasi and you don't take mine, right? So that's the thing, and I'm saying like, you can't listen. I mean, that's why I use the word confidence. I'm very confident. Listen, looking, I can do shit by myself. I can do shit with people, right? And so for me, it's like I can fit in. I can play any role in a team. I can come in here and do this little spot. This little spot. That's fine, because I always got my stuff that I'm doing, and that's okay. I don't have to be the lead. But the most important thing is there is the thing that caused the conflict is when this must be a code of conduct. A code of conduct and say, okay, if we need to show up, we show up. If everybody's chipping $5, everybody's chipping $5. Right. If the assigned role responsibility, you are responsible for purchasing material. That's your job. You are making sure the financial looks good. You are making sure that these projects are done. No, you are this thing. And everybody takes that stuff. And then when you're supposed to buy materials and you don't buy materials, and you're going to talk about it's my wife's anniversary. So now we got all this project and stuff like that. But we didn't know it's your wife's anniversary because somebody could have picked that up, right? That is the thing that I think is that's how teams work. You can't do the same role. Listen, people have experience in certain areas. They are wonderful. Let them own that. You come in, bring your skills, you take a place and be instrumental. And then the component work. But if it's only in black teams that everybody wants to be the CEO, everyone wants to be the president, everybody wants to be the chairman, everybody wants to be everything, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, right? So that's my piece. Anyway, this was great. 5 questions, good topics, Nanaya. Anyway,
Yeah.
um,
Can I say, that being said, we will have to talk about some conflicts behind the scenes.
all right. We get, hey, hey, we send the ambulance. All right,
To be honest, it's part of team building. It's part of
all
team
right,
building.
Minister of Information.
all right, guys. Thank you for watching. We went over, but we appreciate you guys watching.
This was good.
Copy, Super Pure, Nana Dreams, African Millennial was here too. Joyce, we appreciate you guys. Sly, thank you very much.
Super Theo
Join
with
us
the jokes.
Friday. Thank you.